Sorry. Hello. I feel like we're on Taps. This is very Taps style.
Is it?
Yeah. Just walking on, not even saying like introductions, just being like, is this on? You just walking with a cup of tea. It's very Cumtown. Hello. Welcome to the Friendly Geordies podcast, Twitch part of the podcast. Let's get the
questions going, shall we?
Yeah. Questions. Where's Ali? He's sick.
I'm amazed that Trump elected Vance Joy as his running mate.
Vance. JD Beck.
Rockefeller?
You know JD Beck? Who's
JD Beck?
He's like a rockabilly musician. He's gonna not like having that name.
JD.
Yeah. Because like,
why?
Well, he's a lesser JD now.
Is he?
Well, because of the running mate.
Oh, right. Yeah. But the name JD Vance sounds powerful.
Is that his name?
Like he's from a law firm, high society.
Yeah, is that his name?
Yeah.
JD Vance. It's a good move on his end, too.
He's great, but he looks like that child that they put on Sky News every now and then. You know what I'm talking about?
The one that like...
Little pudgy cunt.
The one that's kind of just like, oh, it's unbelievable. It's not, like every sixth word is English or some shit.
Yeah. Why is that? My parents fed me wine from the Barossa Valley as a child.
Anyway, so guy
from South Australia. I should know that anyone from South Australia exists. How did you get on television? Is there such a thing as cameras there?
Well,
close to 7 News.
What's his name? What's that guy's name? Koshi. He's from Adelaide, and he's on camera.
Yeah, but he followed the Port Adelaide team over once, and I think he just got locked in the stadium, and he thought, "Oh no, Koshi's going to have to think his way out of this one."
What a career!
I think he's involuntarily here.
Oh, right. So he's just kind of like, let me out. The Crows are playing.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some questions. And then
the Crows are playing.
So yeah, Ali's sick. Just for a nice change, I thought it'd be nice that I'm not the only one that's sick and dying. So
these two sickly men.
Yeah.
They're constantly exchanging flu from one to the other.
Yeah, because they're
endless ping pong. And then it gets mutated in one's body and then goes to the next rep, mutates and comes back.
Yeah, East vs West, like Eastern Europe down, I assume Pakistan's West or whatever. But like, yeah, that's basically what's happening. You're next.
I seem to avoid it a lot more than you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always sick. It's really fucked.
I always thought that I had like a really bad immune system, and then I met you two.
But I have heard,
honestly, should be dead.
But isn't it one of those things? Hold on, I'll answer some questions. But I thought it was one of those things where if you get sick, you're like healthy or something. Because like with
yes, that sounds. Definitely like it's not from an AI article on the side of one of those channels where you
PragerU.
Yeah.
No, dude. With COVID, if you get a big reaction, it means you're healthy. That's what they say. I think. I didn't have COVID, I know.
I feel like getting COVID as an old person would be a pretty extreme reaction. I don't think they're healthy.
Yeah.
Honestly, that can't be right, Mislav.
No,
you can't be constantly sick and healthy.
I think you're probably right. I think I'm probably wrong. Like I don't believe
you.
Like I don't believe me. I'm just half the time I say something I'm like
I'm not a reliable source.
Well, this is what I hear on the street, but like I'm like it sounds wrong. It does sound wrong. Anyway,
you're getting your information the way that like medieval peasants do.
All right, let's see. How is there barely any movement in the polls after the massive assassination attempt? I mean, that makes sense.
Is there polls out? I didn't know there was.
D's Kintz says so. Let us know. I didn't know there was polls either. Yo, lads. How do you feel about missing the one-day pop-ups of Sizzler from Megan?
How do you one day pop up?
I didn't know that was...
all you can eat.
I didn't know. I hope that's not a thing. For God's sakes, close it down. All of them now.
I thought they were.
Please.
They're back.
Just let them go.
I wasn't surprised. I always thought that Sizzlers doesn't have an owner and kind of biologically emerges from the ground. That makes
like
sense.
a weed.
Just a bunch of salmonella going.
I think that's actually more merit to that than my doctor my doctor theory. As a massive question, Mislav, as a massive 90210 fan, are you crushed that Shannon Doherty passed? Don't know who that is. I'll be honest with you. I wish I could wipe that 90210 and Beverly, whatever it was, saga out of my brain forever and out of my life. I wish
Why?
I could
Because 90210.
yeah, but it like I'm a very nostalgic, melancholy man. I don't need to watch like stuff from my youth or childhood in this grainy film with these like when the world was a simpler, better place, because I just want to live there. It's not I can't do it. Much like my vinyl CD issue, which we're going to talk about in the main pod, but yeah. So also, I don't know who that is. Mislav got on TV. What? I don't know what that means.
You're talking about how Mislav looked exactly the same as James Carville, the 70-year-old Alabama Democratic strategist.
Do I look like an elite to you?
And he had a super yacht in the background.
It's like, yes,
He's
yeah,
sitting
bro.
in some Alaskan resort.
Yeah.
Do I look elite?
Yeah, you do, yes.
Incredible.
You can't just put a hoodie on and not be elite.
I know. Man, just because you have a southern accent, there's a lot of oil tycoons in the South.
Mislav, what's the update on the ADHD medication thing? The update is I had a questionnaire that my mum needed to fill out, to which she said, these doctors are lying to you to sell you poison and just trick you to sell you poison, and ADHD doesn't exist and it's all a scam, and I'm just going to tick no for everything because you're totally fine.
What is it when women reach a certain age, they start thinking that all medicine is a scam? Except the medicine.
I hope Mum's not watching.
Clearly a scam. They're really into alternative medicine. But all conventional medicines are a scam. Now, I do have some sympathy to the argument. I understand
I do too.
that it's not tested.
I get it.
A lot of the time.
It's overprescribed.
It's profiteering.
It's probably overprescribed.
I do understand
Yeah,
that.
I get it. I'll say that too.
Yeah. But I just don't think that anything that's sold next to crystals is going to have the same... any level of testing, really.
Yeah. No, totally fair. But look, I just was very honest. I was very honest with this doctor guy, and I just said, "Listen, man." I just relayed exactly what she said, and I was like, "Look, she thinks you're trying to scam me, and you're trying to poison my the drugs are in brackets. I wrote poison and all this stuff." And I said, "I'm not going to lie to you. So this is the questionnaire," and he hasn't responded. But I have a meeting with him tomorrow at 10 a.m.
He's going to have to respond then.
He's stopped running. Can't deny it. So
no more hiding.
So tomorrow I will find out. He's already. I think this is the thing. He prescribed it to me, and then he was like, "Just one final thing for legality's purposes. Your parents will have to fill this out." And it's like, that's done. That's been done. So now I'm waiting.
Why do you legally have to require a mum sign out a permission slip for a 34-year-old man?
I don't know. I think he just looks
I
at
get
me.
that Ritalin is normally prescribed to children, but how aimed at this? Like I swear it's just a force of habit. He's just got a bunch of 10-year-olds going in there being like, yeah, and smashing pot plants.
Yeah.
And then you come in and he's just like, are you sure you're allowed to be in here by yourself, young man? I think so. Well, that's good enough for me. Especially government's always on my back. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like playing with the leg, like it's just like another young man. Seems very distracted. I think that's exactly what is happening. I don't understand it myself. It's like, dude, what if I was? And also, what if I didn't have my parents around? Like, what? I think what happens then is like you get a colleague. That would be much better because like all my colleagues are like, you're a fucked human being. So like that, the guy would be like, please, just take it. But like, cause it's my parents, like, he's a good boy, best boy in the world, smartest, nothing wrong with him.
Boy.
Smarter than you. Stupid man with your stupid coat. Ooh, that little stupid coat. You're very silly. Then that's their take. So that's not it's not really helpful. But Anyway, so that's where I'm at with it. I'll find out tomorrow. He might have blocked me and be like, "Don't contact me again." You know, maybe he was so offended by her questionnaire or something.
Could work.
No, he could just run and bar me from every doctor and medical institution in the country, like in Seinfeld, and that's it for me forever. And I'll just have to,
You will have to rely on alternative medicine,
yeah.
just like your mum envisioned.
I don't think she even. I don't know.
It's amazing how powerful women in their 50s get. It's amazing. They shape the world so much.
I do. I love you, Mum. If you're watching, but I don't care. Like, I like the honesty. Be honest, but honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'll find out tomorrow. Banmol, you have to. Banmol just writes sad things in the comments in the ether as if like people care.
Reading them.
She just wrote, "I have 2 funerals this week." It's like, what do I say? First of all, why are you telling us that? So what do we say to that? Megan, come on. Okay. Sorry? That's bad, I guess.
I have 2 funerals.
That's bad. Mislav, have you finished House of Leaves yet?
Oh, good question.
Well, we're going to talk about that on the
deep diving that.
We're going to talk about that. We're doing it. We're literally calling this pod, but we're going to call it like the catch-up series or something. Catching up with Miss or something.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Tying up loose ends. Loose ends.
Tying up loose ends with Mislav Bradrick.
So that'll be the pod. So there's all these questions will be answered.
Instead of Spanish Inquisition, the Mislav Inquisition. The Croat Inquisition.
Oh, we can talk about it as well. Let's talk about that. I watched a documentary on the Yugoslavian War.
Yeah, but what was it? NATO presents.
No.
A very balanced take.
No, it was honestly, it was the first time I've been ashamed. Seriously.
So you thought we were wrong?
No, that's not crazy.
Let's not go overboard.
Let's not go overboard. But I can understand.
I can understand how it can be perceived as
Yeah,
such.
war is a complicated thing. Let's just say that. So we can talk about that. Another episode of Miss and Jordan Cause Chaos. Let's go.
Yeah. These nasty little packies reining it in with their DEI quotas.
Take them meds. They are amazing. You can always stop if you... Yeah, I want to take them. I want to take them.
Take them all at once.
I've literally been sick only once or twice before COVID started. I think what Mislav is trying to say is if you have a stronger reaction to an illness, it means your immune system is more responsive to pathogens. Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I also know what pathogens means.
No, but that's what
I am simultaneously ashamed and not remotely interested in learning anything about medicine. Nothing.
Don't care.
Just jam it in my veins,
Yeah.
see what happens. If I die, whatever.
You are not. That is you.
Unless you had a punt.
But that's your personality. It's just sort of like, yeah, I had to go. And like, what's the word? The opposite of selectively risk averse. So if it's something like jump off this cliff, you're not going to do it. If you'll do anything if it's not pain related. But anything else, like death is fine, embarrassment, all that shit. You'll just be like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
But then anything pain, it's interesting. It's like the slither. You're like not touching it.
Not doing
Everything else is like fair game.
everything else.
It's pretty very
That's true.
interesting.
Right.
Yeah, right?
You're fine for embarrassing yourself publicly.
Yeah, I can do it. I don't
You're
love
fine
it.
with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm just you know
You're
what I am?
fine with eating gross shit.
Well, by choice.
By
Yeah,
choice, a lot of the
yeah.
time. I mean, you've eaten a lot of 7-Eleven sandwiches.
Oh, in Japan I did, that's for sure.
Ugh.
They were amazing.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were good.
At Family Mart.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right. Well, look, everything in Japan was, so I'll let it
Yeah.
slide this
But the
once.
ones here are fucked.
I don't know how they are allowed to be sold.
They're so bad.
I mean, how can your mum sit there and grandstand and say all medicine is a scam, but say nothing about your son eating chicken sandwiches from BP?
Yeah, it's bad. It's so bad.
How do they make them? Like, who's buying them?
I don't know who's buying them. I don't know how they make them. Their turnaround is so slow that, like, there's just no way that stuff is, like, sanitary. Because in Japan, I don't know how they do it in Japan, but I've never seen sandwiches look so fresh. I don't understand. I think what happens is like the quality's so high that the turnaround is so quick that it's like it's fucking fresh. There's people just I don't know where it comes from. Like the Hello Kitty factory, but it comes there.
The first word doesn't spring to mind when I think about BP sandwiches is fresh.
No, it's food poisoning.
Exactly. The first thought that I always have when I think about BP sandwiches is I'm going to go with stale. Let's say something nice about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with stale.
Yeah, definitely. Since it's just you two, I assume you'll talk about high school and I'm listening. Yes.
Well,
what's this? This is a weird question. Friendly Jordan, what's your favorite Simpsons episode from season 1? Season 1's sick. You don't like season 1?
Can't remember. It's been so long since I watched
the babysitter. That's one where it's like, shit down. Yeah, that one's all right.
That's about it. Hey, what else is there?
Yeah,
is that I'm
another.
Dr. Marvin Monroe, and I'm going to make you not
that one.
hate each other.
I think that's pretty good. Don't stop it! And then
This isn't healthy. That.
I think so.
It's very
dark.
It's dark,
and
but it's
brutal.
Also very cartoony, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
The
quite
animation
cartoony.
is very cartoony. It's not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not an animation. It's a cartoon.
It was. They had no money.
incredible.
Yeah, it was crazy. All right, let's see what's saying. With VP announcement, he's most likely
Vance Joy.
trying to swing the more moderate Republicans.
Nah.
I don't think so.
I'll tell you what's amazing. I was just watching Rachel Maddow read out all of JD Vance's comments about Donald Trump before.
Well, he was a never Trumper originally.
Why the hell would you make him VP?
I don't know, because he's young, I guess.
I think that's it. Honestly, like that was their analysis of the end of the day. It was like they went to Trump and Trump went like, yeah, he's got a good tan.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think also Trump likes people that can be sometimes like bulldogs, and like the fact that it's like that thing when you fist fight someone, not all the time, but a lot of the time you become better friends after. So the fact that he was like never Trumper and now he's like, I like Trump, it's like he probably likes him more. Do you know what I mean?
Really? I thought that he was a very vindictive man.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
I think he is, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just like maybe the optics are good, and who the fuck else would he choose? Marco Rubio.
Isn't it weird that there's like a dead 20-year-old on a roof somewhere?
It's so fucked. Have you seen the photo of his bloodied head?
No.
Look at that shit up. It's brutal.
What do I look up?
I don't know, whatever his name is, dead. And make sure search is off. Thoughts on new Muslim party in Western Sydney. Is that happening?
What's his name again? I can't remember.
Tom something, I think. Yeah, my mum had that mentality with me, but less cookery and much more only son syndrome. I'm old. Medicine is the best. Yeah, it's true. Has Jordan heard of the Decoding the Gurus podcast?
No, never. Oh, actually, wait, yes. What the hell? I just listened to an episode of it the other day. What?
Whoa.
Explain more.
Explain more.
What the hell is that podcast?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just see. Will there be a bigger focus on the Queensland election in the coming months or the main channel? Bruh? There's so many meds. Don't watch SpongeBob Live. What are you doing?
I was just trying to find this Thomas Matthew.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right. We got
Just go to images. Yeah. Someone's saying, let's be fair, Western medicine has been pretty shit to women. Paracetamol's 2 times stronger than it should be for women, as one example. If I was in their shoes, yeah, you're right. My mum's right. For women, they don't even have a good diagnostic protocol for ADHD. My missus needed to get eye movement tracking to determine response times to distractions. You could get that done, Mislav. Listen, I have done enough. I'm in my phase of wanting to sit in a rocking chair, and if someone's like, this isn't salty enough, I'll be like, "Brr, here you are, your majesty." I'm sick of going to the doctors. I'm sick of trying to improve myself. I just want to rot. I can't be bothered. Like, Can you imagine going to an eye movement tracking test? Like,
Yeah, come on.
just punch me in the fucking head.
Just rather go blind. Very guy thing.
I think it is. I'm just like, fucking hell. I tried to fix my ear thing, my imaginary ear thing, and the doctor said, you can try Googling it. That'll be $900.
Most preeminent expert in Australia.
No.
Incredible. Yeah, you can find some amazing things on Google.
He said, I go, and as a joke, I go, if I find anything, I'll let you know. He goes, yeah, please do. Like,
That's
not
incredible.
Please do.
After all, I can always learn as well. Yeah, but why are you charging me?
Why is so much money?
I swear I gave better advice than that guy did. Unless I had a punt and said you're imagining it.
Yeah, well, basically, you gave me the same advice as him for free.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He's like, don't know what it is. Oh, no, but even worse than that, he goes,
Gave you false hope, miss.
well, he goes, oh, no, I've had a few other people in my career come in here and say exactly what you've said. And I'm like, right. Any diagnosis, any correlation, any information that you got from them or they gave to you, anything? He's like, no. Okay.
Wow.
Sick. Thanks.
All right, that's it. We're all switching over to getting it whatever the Tree of Life sells from now on.
Honestly, though.
Yeah, just get those earwax candle things.
Yeah, that'll fucking do it. Jordan, any more UFO book recommendations? No, he's got none.
Nah.
Do you have any?
Yeah, of course.
Well, go on. And then we'll start soon-ish, but yeah.
Look, I think that the greatest books on it that are just like factual, no nonsense, are definitely In Plain Sight by Ross Coulthard and UFOs, Government Officials, Generals, and Pilots Go on the Record by Leslie Kean. Those are the best ones.
Sick.
Oh, and also, actually, Project Moondust.
I made that Lash one up. Dude, don't recommend a James Bond film. Jesus.
Guys, like, can I just get a poll here? Am I going insane or not? I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, let's get a poll. Is Jordan going?
Am I going nuts? I don't know. I swear I'm not fucking insane. But then again, that is what a crazy person would say, wouldn't they?
Let's get the poll going. I don't know how you guys do the poll, but here we go. Finally, a good question from Marilini. Miss, if you could support Kevin Parker or Josh Homme, which would you choose? It's just,
it has to be Josh.
Of course.
You're not doing Kevin Parker.
Nah, it's Josh. It's Josh.
Downgrade to be Kevin Parker's opener.
I mean, that's not good. No, it's
so weird. It's just like, why do you look exactly like Joe Jackson?
It's
You'll
actually
be able to focus.
You know, it's insane. You nailed it. That is what he looks like.
I know.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
And he's but like it's
well, that one-armed guy from The Simpsons in the ammo shop.
Fuck me. All right, what else we got here? Can you phone a friend Ali later like the hit show? No. Let's see what you got here related to Oh my god, did you hear about this, dude? Holy shit. A One Nation guy called for Tenacious D to be deported because of one of them made a joke about Trump.
Wasn't that Palmer United?
Oh, maybe. But did you hear about the Tenacious D thing?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Well, but they're just like, next time don't miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're playing a show in Newcastle and they've like halted the show. They've delayed
halted the show?
Tenacious D were like
Themselves.
Yeah.
Because now they're scared of getting
I
assassinated.
think so.
Yeah, I would be too. I'd be scared of being assassinated in Newcastle at the best of times.
Yeah, and then exactly. And then now apparently
Don't go to Newcastle. Don't postpone, cancel.
I second that. Sorry, Newcastle.
There's no point.
It's just like Newcastle is
Lost to the wolves.
I mean, let's be honest. The way my life's going, I'll be lucky to have a house there. But it's come on, no good.
Yeah. No.
I think it's pretty funny that. Come on, though. What Australians have been like 4 more years? Like, we don't give a shit. Who the hell here cares? Who cares?
Lots of psychos care.
Really?
Yeah, me for one. But there's also so many people. There's so many people just live in America in their heads.
Yeah, I know. It's
really bad.
I mean, we did the emergency podcast. We're not much better.
We aren't. We really aren't.
Yeah.
But having said that, he almost got him in the head. We had to do
No,
something.
no.
It's insane.
Yeah. We had to do it. It is actually. It'll
Nearly
never.
the most famous man's head on earth exploded.
It's insane. It's actually
Couldn't have got
crazier.
closer.
It couldn't. It's actually crazier that he didn't get hit like that. If he'd have got his head blown off, it would have been like, I can't believe it. But this is much more unbelievable. The chances of that. They say because he was reading a teleprompter and was just like, immigrants, look at those numbers. If you didn't do that, you'd be dead.
You saw the trajectory of the bullet, right?
Yeah, the photo.
It's incredible.
It actually is.
Never turns his head.
It's actually. I actually kind of believe that, like, God is on his side.
Yeah, me too.
That it has to be.
There's no other way. That is a miracle.
It is. It is. Did you see he went to the Republican convention with, like, little bandage on? It was just like. You see it? Did you watch it?
No.
You didn't watch it?
No.
There was a really weird moment because they're obviously trying to be like, we love all races. And they get some, like, I don't know, like Uzbekistani lady doing some, like, prayer in, like, a hijab. And I'm like, you could see the people in the cowboy hats just being like, what fucking idea was this? You know?
Yeah, dude. Look, I don't think the Republican convention is the right place to be like.
Yeah. It's quite strange.
That's all the Republican Party is now.
What do you mean?
It's just we hate DEI, we hate quotas. That's
Yeah.
it. It's just an entire political movement based off of that.
Yeah. Did you see the dead body?
Yeah, but it was from a distance.
Oh, well, that's not the image then. DTG is my favorite podcast. Sorry, friendly Geordies. What's DTG? What is that?
No.
I'm looking that up. How dare someone like something else? DTG pod. Direct garments. That's. I don't know what the fuck that is. In your phase of sitting in a rocking chair. Implies you were ever not like that, miss. That's true, eh? I was always sitting on a rocking chair being like, keep on walking. Is it true that Ali and Jordan used to be dating? We'll never know. Vance is originally Ohio. What is this decoding the guru shit? Is an Irish anthologist and Aussie psychologist going over various new and old gurus. Oh, interesting. Are you worried about being reliant? Nah, whatever. I'm not worried about that. What's Havana syndrome? Might have listened, but with Jordan giving you the advice, you wouldn't have met that hot cougar. That's true.
That hot cougar.
Check out that Curtis too. Can't get you out of my head, or I'll watch it. Don't need a poll for that. If you're crazy. Where's the poll? There's no freaking poll. Do you guys listen to any other podcasts regularly now since Cumtown is over? Only Taft's, and I've dropped off massively, as Jordan predicted. It's
Do you guys agree?
Yeah, what are your takes?
What are your thoughts on Taft's?
Yeah, do you like Taft's? Because, I mean, I watched an interview, though. I watched Adam Friedland on the Steve-O podcast, and it was quite funny because, and then we'll start. We should probably start. But he was on the Steve-O podcast, and he was just like, yeah, it was a joke. Taft's was a joke. Like, I was the least liked person on the pod. Everyone just like making fun of me. You know, it's like ridiculous. It's about me. It's stupid. It was a joke. And then he's basically saying everything that everyone else is saying. They're not being like, it's great. They're just being like, yeah, it's shit. They just don't care.
They're saying it's shit.
I think so, yeah.
What?
I don't know. You should watch the podcast.
Come on, you got to give me more than that.
He was saying that. He was like, what's the dirt bag left? And he was like, I don't know, some shit someone 8 years ago made up on like Reddit. And then he was just like, Adam Friedman was being like, you shouldn't care about what people say. He was like, podcasts are stupid. Anyone that watches a podcast, which I agree with, apart from our audience, obviously. Well, you're all an exception. Anyone that watches a podcast is like dumb. And it's like, he's saying like, watch a movie. You know, Martin Scorsese, watch a Martin Scorsese movie. He put a lot of time and effort into that. What are you doing? What are you watching? Who's a fan of a podcast? Losers. That's who. That's like, That's a new thing. That's so stupid. Imagine if someone said that in 2002. You'd be laughed at. This is so dumb.
Wow.
That's what he was saying. Yeah, and then Steve was like, I had a bad appearance in this podcast, and I felt really bad. And it's like, you have a ranch. You don't care. These people suck. You're famous. You got ranch money. Like, don't go on them. Like, it was actually really.
Wait, why did he say, I had a bad appearance, I feel bad?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he's like, I'm a very sensitive
I'll tell you
man.
one thing. There is one thing that man shouldn't be doing, and that's podcasting.
Yeah, his voice is fucked. I know. You should really. It's a funny podcast. You should watch. And he's also like. Anyway, he's just saying like it's very strange. I think. Oh, and also they're like, your Patreon's doing so well, and he's like diminishing, and he's just like, what do you mean? No, you guys you're killing it. And it's just like he's like, it's going down every day. It's dropping dramatically. And then he's just like, I don't believe it. And he's just like, it is. I think they just don't care.
But like,
they're punk rock.
But what are they going to do?
That's the question.
They're going to have to get jobs.
Can you imagine if it's Wall Street? They still sell the stand-up. The stand-up goes okay. Like, I would say enough to sustain a life, you know? They tour all the time, doing their own show, so they just do stand-up. Right. But that podcast facilitates the stand-up.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's not going to be good.
It all dies without them.
I really hope it doesn't. Are they saying anything about that? To be honest, the old Cumtown episode have replaced Friendly Geordie's Up Late. You mean the other way around?
He's saying a very nice thing.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Best podcast out. You picked it, buddy.
All right,
There's nothing that you could be doing that's better with your time than this.
All right, let's do the old 3, 2, 1 thing. I don't think I have to press anything, do I? Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Ali would have started the pod. What are you, my mom? I know. I beat you to it.
Probably is your mom.
I don't think I have to click anything. So 3, 2, 1. Hello.
I'm going to the toilet.
Sweet. I don't need him. I don't need him at all. That's how we roll here on this podcast. Welcome to the Friendly Geordies / Jimmy's podcast this fine Tuesday, whatever it is. Ali is sick. I probably passed on what I had, which was mono, I think, or the flu. So he's away. So it's just the old boys hanging out, the class of 07, Newtown Performing Arts, and we have a wide variety of topics to cover. I promise. I could do this on my own, easy. I'm not supposed to be reading the comments anymore, but let's see if there's anything good. We got a nice comparison to, I couldn't decipher it, but apparently someone compared us, the Up Late to Cumtown, which is like super nice. Matt and Shane's secret podcast, I've heard that's good. I think searching for an extra aliens. Yeah, okay, these are just old questions. So, yeah. What is this? Would love a DTG on. I don't know what that is. Joe Rogan. Okay, I'm just going to put this away. If there's anything that jumps up, we will. But yeah, anyway, solo, 2 people podcast, class of 07. We've got, what have we got to talk about? I've been on an unintentional misadventure.
I've been in my own misadventure. My fly's undone. Here
Standard.
That's the first segment. See, we're just breezing through this without Ali.
Dude.
We don't need him at all anymore.
I tell you what, we're not going to be on topical, political, well, we might, but it's this is going to be
I got something.
It's going to be low energy mixed with off the wall craziness, and we got one camera angle, and it's going to be. I like the podcasts that are like not just us, whether it's just 2 of any of us, because it changes it up, up the dynamic.
I don't at all. I'm with the vast majority of our
Really?
audience.
You like that?
It's far worse when there's just 2 of us.
Damn.
But you know what? How about this as a response instead? Instead of just sitting there and writing negative things.
Is that what they're going to do?
Saying like, you sucks. It's like, we get it, dude. We get it. How about you wish Ali well for once, hey?
Yeah.
Support our Muslim troops.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, other than that, keep listening because I do have things. Please don't say it. I've got something that you're gonna like.
I hope that
a lot.
You're
gonna really like it. But in the meantime, I think Mislav has something that you're gonna enjoy more, which is
my unintentional
Mislav getting highly disillusioned with reality in usual Mislav excellence. Something that, he.
By the way,
I think
Move FM moment.
Everyone figured out when Napster was invented.
Someone said Move FM moment. We should call this podcast just
Move FM moment.
Old school. I mean, we can reminisce about that too. Yeah, I had a. All right, yeah. So what happened was, I had an unintentional misadventure. Basically, had this thing today where I was kind of at home and I'm like, I got too much stuff. My stuff's owning me. I got too much. I can't handle it. And basically, I was just like, all right, I'm going to sell.
That's it.
What? I was like,
that's it, man.
I'm like, that's it. And I was like, I'm going to sell some vinyl and CDs. So I went through and got some of that. And I was like, look, vinyl's expensive. This is going to get me some cash. Anyway, so I walked up to Repressed Records on King Street. Shout out.
How is it still running?
You know that one?
No.
Oh.
But,
you might know it.
There is a couple of vinyl stores that I know along King Street, but I don't know why anybody has these implements anymore unless they're using them to make wall designs where they have a couple of, this album.
Well, here's the thing that's happening, right? CDs, shock horror, I'm very sad, are declining in sales. Obviously, the majority...
I actually had the moment of, did you know the disco record sales went up 400%?
If this continues... Hey!
He's disco stew.
I am.
Disco stew.
It's so
It's incredible how slow you move. You're such a Galapagos tortoise. It's incredible. It's not 2002 anymore.
It's just
incredible.
Sad. It's very sad. But obviously, the majority of sales now are on the digital. Streaming.
Incredible. He's having this discussion on something that goes on Spotify. This is the best part of all of this. Little to my knowledge, no one cared to inform me.
Listen,
physical copies of sales vastly. It's actually a very scary trend.
It is scary.
Now, what are we going to do about LimeWire? It's incredible. This wouldn't have been cutting edge 20 years ago.
Okay, I know, but hear me out.
The writing wasn't on the wall in the early 2000s. It's done. It was done. You are shocked 20 years later. You know what's incredible? You are currently somebody that's not even the item car is a trend. Only rich people can afford it. This is Henry Ford is pumping them out in massive factories, and you have a car yourself, and you're sitting there just being like, my dune buggy business. It's incredible.
Well, lucky I got trusty penny farthings to fall back on.
Yeah. For some reason, people think that a bicycle with an abnormally, hilariously large rig wheel is just good a mode of transport.
I predict they will never go down because of the hilarity factor. Prove me wrong. No, this is serious.
You know what you are the opposite of? Okay, I am always falling for, in every investment, the flash in the pan. The stocks are only going up. Wow, the line is going up. I'm the worst investment predictor ever.
Yeah.
Ali does pick the trends. You're the exact opposite of Ali.
What do you mean?
Dude, you're looking at stock prices from the 20s. And you're just being like, my God, I've gone off the edge. I'm going to have to kill myself. You're looking at things in the Great Depression and getting scared. It's like reverse stock market.
Leather leather tanning. I'm just like, I can't believe it's dropping. Is it that kind of? It's that kind of thing. It's like bully beef is down, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying that Ali is predicting things that are happening in the future.
Yes, and I'm predicting
you're
the past.
predicting things you're predicting the past.
It's like, here's the thing. I knew this on a intellectual level, but I'd never experienced it in real time. That's what's really sending me into like a existential tailspin, right? So here's the thing. But you didn't let me get to the end of the stats, right?
Yes, sorry. Keep us up to date with this big CNBC news update. The music industry is experiencing turbulence.
But what is your opinion? Okay, Mr. Know-it-all. Do you know about vinyl sales?
No.
They're going up. They're on the up. So vinyl sales are higher than they were in like 1974. Totally.
Okay.
So they're on the up.
Yeah.
That's basically the one saving grace of the music industry, and like merch and all that, and obviously live shows. But vinyl is up, and what else is up? Whatever. Vinyl's up. So that's going well. So
I've
anyway,
experienced this before. I'm sorry.
what?
It's amazing that you're sitting here saying, I cannot believe that people don't want to buy physical copies anymore.
They do.
Yeah, but you made 1,000 of your
CDs.
cassettes.
Oh,
Not
no.
even CDs.
Cassettes, yeah.
Your own Mislav Bella Bradjic, Can I Borrow a Feeling?
Hey, they sold
You're
out.
selling in your book. Yeah, but how long did it take again? 7 years?
Not maybe 2 to 3. Tapes also are doing okay. People are buying tapes again. Listen,
You know about these this should be called the obscure commodity market.
I can. Do you want to Google this?
Yeah, Google it. I
Okay,
want to see how tape sales are going.
Okay. Let's see tapes. Let's see. What's anyway?
Well, at the very least, we don't have to make the disclaimer on this podcast about financial advice. I don't think this qualifies.
Okay, hold on. Tape sales
2024.
I'm using this new Ocean Hero search engine, so it's like the first 7 things are like I type that in. It's like Lulu, like, you know, lemon shorts for sale. It's like, I wonder why this isn't the number 1 search. You know, global carrier tape market analysis. What the hell? Silicon duct tape. See, this is not tape. Okay, music tape. Sorry, everybody. Tape. Music. I don't know if that'll work. Tape music sales. 20.
See, it's such an outdated product that I don't think that they're keeping tabs of how many are sold anymore. It's like typing in monkey paw sales 2024.
Okay, hold on. Maybe here we go. It says 23 music industry statistics.
Okay, we can't just sit here and watch Mislav. What was it called again? It wasn't even called. What's it called? What's your new search engine?
Ocean. I forgot already. Ocean something to do with the ocean. It saves the ocean.
We can't do this.
Okay. Well, I can't find it.
But trust me, they're going up.
You can look.
All right, I'll have a quick look, but you continue your story.
Okay, sorry. Fuck. Streaming makes up 80% of the music industry.
No, Miss. Come on.
Okay.
Tell your story.
All right, so you look that
I'm
up.
going to look up tape sales.
You look up tape sales. Anyway, so we all know, generally how the music industry is going, obviously. But tapes. Okay, we're gonna find out about tapes from Jordan now. Vinyl is on the up, straight up. Vinyl is going up, and I have a lot of vinyl. And I had this moment where I was like, do I want to be a vinyl guy? Do I want to be a guy that just spends? I already spend so much money on music gear. Do I need to spend it on music as well?
Vinyl guy.
and so I was like, I just went through my vinyl. I was like, look, I'm gonna sell a few, and I found some old CDs, and I'm like, I'm gonna sell these CDs. Anyway, vinyl new. One of them was first edition, the first album of Magic Dirts, which I actually listened to, and I was like, this is sick. It's good. It's really good. Then a Pogues album called Love and Peace or something, and then the CDs were like The Living End, like White Noise with the DVD, the making of White Noise, Muse, a Mogwai CD, and I don't remember the last one. So the vinyl each are going to be, the vinyl will probably I don't know, at least, I looked it up. The Pogues one's $56. Did you find it or no? There's no statistics.
I think there's something like under 500,000 was sold last year in the US combined.
That's not a lot, is it?
No, it is not.
Okay, on the indie scene, tapes coming back. Whatever.
No,
The indie scene. The scene's not dead. Scene's not dead.
Right up there with the All Lords, the ASX 200.
I'm obviously I'm putting my investments.
Yeah, this is your diversified portfolio. Cassettes, vinyl. Vinyl is also on the up. Says the man
It is!
about cassettes that said cassettes are on the up.
You can Google vinyl if you need to.
I think we've done that.
It's done. Vinyl's going up. It's facts. That's facts.
And you know what's incredible? In his diversified portfolio of every antiquated form of music distribution there is, Spotify isn't in there. That's incredible. He doesn't put stock in that. He sees that as a fad.
I do. Yeah, I do see it as a fad. Yeah,
it's incredible. But mini discs on the other hand.
I'm just a romantic. I like the physical thing. But anyway, it's sad. It's scary to think how much money I've put into all that shit. But anyway, so I've got these are the albums I've got, right? So the Pogues album was like $56. I looked it up. The Magic Dirt one should be like $60 at least. It's like first album from 1996. I don't know if it's a reissue or not. The CDs, I understand, they're going to go for cheap. Whatever, I get it. Anyway, I take it to Repressed Records. I'm expecting that is the CDs. I was like, condition. I was really hoping that they would get me more than I was thinking $5 each. You know, if you went and bought White Noise now.
Well, you think $5 because I had the image in your mind that you thought that you've bought a bunch of antique cars and you're going to go there and it's going to be like Antique Roadshows where there's going to be an old woman with one of those little things in her eyes.
Yeah, I did think that.
God, a genuine Pogue.
Yeah.
It's got to be worth at least £46,000.
Pretty much. He's got the tattoos. The tattoos are still untouched on his knuckles of the album cover.
Trademark rotting teeth. Make even British teeth look like they've been through the dentist. Excellent work there. Into the microphone. But
no,
I swear by the level of shock that you thought that you were going to come out a millionaire.
No, I didn't think that. I just thought, listen, let's get down to the brash tacks here. First, Magic Dirt, Pogues unopened reissue. 5 CDs in mint condition, especially the Living End one. I was thinking that I should to be generous, I should have gotten I don't know, dude. I mean, really $80 all up. Mm-hmm. Surely that's.
Wait, how many CDs did you sell?
I think it was 5.
Is this your spring cleaning effort?
Yeah, that's the best I could do.
Oh, miss, that is pathetic. I thought that we were going down with a box.
No.
You're a hoarder.
No, I'm not a hoarder. I'm not gonna give away the CDs I like. Can't do that.
But how many CDs? I remember once ringing up Mislav and saying, "What are you doing today?" And he's like, "It's a very busy day of mine." And I said, "What's happening?" I'm sorting my CDs. So I'm thinking, okay, alphabetical order or something. And then he says, "No, I'm sorting them from which one rocks the hardest to least hardest."
Fact that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
And so these ones, I'm guessing, do not rock.
They're no longer rock.
I mean, come on, for fuck's sake, Pogues. You can't rock and be called Pogues. You can't have that many washboard guitars going ding, ding, ding. Why do you have that? And why do you expect to come out from there being like, well, that's worth obviously $100K, surely. I mean, as we all know, Pogues is the Michael Jackson of Ireland. What are we talking about? Who is Pogues? They obviously stole their name from Pogs. That's it. You just informed me that he died yesterday.
Pretty much.
Today, sorry.
Shane McGowan.
And I still don't care who Pogues are. It's not like Van Gogh. Let's say that. I listened to a little bit of their music and it was just Irish. It was Irish hillbilly folk. And he thought that this was going to be like when an artist dies from the Renaissance.
Okay, first of all,
Well, you saw that album cover you walked past. Like, they've ripped you off for giving you a dime for it, and you're going to be in Europe one day in the Louvre and being like, "Hey, it's my Pogues album."
Listen to me. I really, dude, nothing makes me laugh more than hearing your takes, your reflections. Basically, your projections on hearing let's be honest, very famous band that you've never heard of, and hearing your take is like, nothing makes me laugh harder. Nothing makes, like, you're so, I'm sorry, John, but and you correct me if I'm wrong, but you're so uneducated in the realm of popular music that your takes are like pure comedy gold. It's like someone taking you to it's like someone taking me to like a physics lab and be like, I've never seen these ions before. hey, you might as well, and they're so fucking small. They're so small. Oi, I tell you what, enlarge them and put funny cartoon faces on these microscopic fucking little atoms, or I'm out of here, because this is boring with the capital B. That's basically what's happening here. It makes me like, dude, the comedy, I'm not offended. The comedy is, I'm so glad that your musical education is like 6.5 bands, because it's so funny. I feel like I've just eaten a meat pie. I'm like, so like, I'm just all warmed up. But before we go on into my unintentional misadventure, before we go on to that, I need to clear this up, because there will be at least a couple of music nerds in the comments that'll just be like, I'm not having this. Like, I just go get it. The Pogues, yes. There's 8 of them. I think one plays, not a washboard, but like,
there's 8 of them.
Stop.
Jesus Christ. I thought that there was a recession in the 80s. They could have downgraded a bit. What do you need? Why do you need 3 washboards?
You've done enough Pogues bashing. You've done enough Pogues bashing for one
Fucking
pod.
hell.
Listen.
Just cut 2 of them off and get some dental surgery, please. At least get dental surgery. At least get one of those 8 men. Get 4 of them to hold you down, and get another one to get pliers and rip out your rotting teeth.
Oh my God. Stop. Just
get rid of them.
Listen. Shane McGowan is a national treasure for Ireland. They are they are the Michael Jackson of Ireland.
That's not true.
Look it up right now.
I'm looking it up. I'm Googling. I'm going to chat GPT.
Okay, do it.
Who is the Michael Jackson of Ireland?
Okay, done.
And find out in the
comments.
Comments? Who's the Michael Jackson of Ireland? Comments?
They're going to say Sinead O'Connor, but like, he's up there. Shane McGowan is, I think that's his name. Shane McGowan is up there. Let's see what they say. Come on, give us some information. I know we usually don't go back to the comments, but someone give your opinion on...
Okay, so apparently it's someone called Daniel O'Donnell.
I don't know who that is. That's bullshit. Well, don't say the Michael Jackson. Say, okay, I read this.
No, that was the question.
Fine. I'm gonna say...
You said that it was that.
Well, maybe not that specific. Top Irish bands of all time. I think he was born in England, though, so that might not count, but... Ocean Hero is really...
Can one Irish man singing not be accompanied by a fiddle?
Just give me this list. The Dubliners, the Cause.
No, that's what I've Googled.
The Pogues. What? Singers of the most famous Irish bands, the Pogues.
More famous than U2.
Well, they're up there, but my point is that the chat wasn't saying shit anyway. The point is, I can't sit idly by and let this man, lambast the band that wrote "Dirty Old Town," "Pair of Brown Eyes," that New York song, whatever it's called. Like, they're a legendary band. Like, they are.
And that's why I decided to sell them for 10 cents to a record.
I regret doing it. Okay, I regret doing it for multiple reasons. I just thought, like, I don't know. I'm trying to cut down. I'm trying to go minimalist. Put it this way. It was hard for me just to sell these, and I did it. You know, it was hard. I was like, I have to like cut down something. Yeah. In hindsight, you know what I should have done? Put them online, and no one would have bought them anyway. But yeah, I should have just put them online. I'm just realizing.
Too late.
So basically, the Pogues, they were a huge inspiration for the
Treasures.
Dropkick Murphys and all these other awesome bands. Let's not bag on Irish music. Irish music's pretty good. Come on.
Okay,
That's just my take.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, I've taken them up there and I've gone, I'm sure, be conservative. Let's be conservative and say, each of those vinyl as 50 each, which is not true. So let's say they half in value, which also is just insane for an unopened vinyl. I don't understand it. That's still $50 just for the vinyls, right? And then the CDs, I didn't know that they go for nothing, especially ones with I don't know, DVD. I suppose DVDs are obsolete too. I guess this is just what's happening. It's just sad. It's I don't know. I should have probably held on to all of this for nostalgia purposes. He gave me $35 for the lot. I got ripped off hard.
What was the conversation?
The conversation was, he goes, can you just, I was like, hey, I called before, and he seemed very keen. I'm like, okay. I was the guy that called. He said, just give me a second to value this. Is that okay? I was like, take your time. I'll have a look at other vinyls that I can spend money on. So I was just like, not really, but I'll have a look. Anyway, he goes, I'll give you $35. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, even all together is yeah, the CDs, all up is probably he said worth, what did he say? I think he said all up the CDs are worth $5. The CDs, $5. I'm like, I paid $30 for one of those, not that long. And then so really the vinyl he's paying me $15 each, which is a rip. They're good. I just thought one of them was a first edition. I thought that'd be better valued. Obviously not. And then I just thought,
what did you expect? This is what happens when you go to cash converters.
yeah,
You're a junkie.
I know.
You're one of those guys stealing a bike, being like, "Come on, man, gonna be worth it."
Okay, but here's the thing.
Bro.
Here's the thing. Here's what I want to know. Why is the resale so what? Selling anything secondhand, unless it's vintage,
Well, yeah,
vintage,
Yeah,
is a rip.
Even if you go to a pawnbroker.
I know that.
Have you ever watched Porn Stars or anything like that, where it's some black guy coming in?
I have.
And he says, yeah, I got Louisiana's first Declaration of Independence right here. And then the guy sits there and is like, man, Louisiana, it's not really one of the old-timey
States.
I'll give you 37 cents, and then they're sitting there being like, yo, come on, man, let me give me 50 cents.
what?
Sorry, take it. It's a small market. Not that many people want the Louisiana Purchase.
But then they always get this thing and up the price and get a killing for it, right?
That's the whole business.
So
But you knew this walking in.
I sort of did, but I just thought if it was first edition, I thought it was if it was these are one's unopened for a good album and the other one is a very first edition, 1996, untouched. Maybe I should have bargained. Should I said 40?
You could try that.
Okay.
You could try that, and then he'd do the 36.
Oh.
And you'd be like, done. And shake your hands. It's the same story every time. It's incredible that every single person that walks into a cash converters always walks out disappointed.
Yeah.
And you are the latest victim.
Yeah, but it wasn't a cash converters, but
It's a pawnbroker for music.
I just don't understand. Okay, just explain it to me. Why? Because here's the thing. This is quite funny, actually. I've been trying to sell this guitar that I have for a million years.
Cash converters.
No. I went on reverb.com. Which is no middleman. A bit of a middleman. They take 5%. It's nothing. You sell it. Anyway, I sold it last night. And then I woke up and I was like, accept offer. And then woke up in the morning and he'd cancelled. So obviously the market's bad and everything. Oh, generally speaking, if you're selling shit secondhand, sell it with no middleman, and then if it's like a personalized thing. Some people just want weird things and they'll pay for it. That's just how it goes, right? Mm. Why do the shops rip you off so hard? Because they need to make money.
Of course. I don't think that man's secretly hoarding huge amounts of... I don't think he's a Venetian merchant sailing the high seas with the latest in Dutch fleet technology.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I don't think he's well off for saying to you, I'll give you $35. I think he's putting it in his shop for 50 and it sits there for another 50 years.
Really?
Yeah, and then it goes out of business.
Okay, here's another question. Here's another question. What has good resale?
Oh,
Cars, no. Cars lose their value by like an eighth, a tenth straight away. They're
totally. But it depends which car. Are we talking about increasing in value?
No, it doesn't have to. Just something that you're not ripping yourself off. Like something that is like,
Miss,
I bought
you really
this.
should have just spent every single penny that you have spent on CDs, especially after LimeWire was invented. That should have been the first clue.
Yeah.
After that, you were sitting there and you were being like, I trust the American people to not take advantage of this free,
Mike.
extremely convenient. I think your CDs are going to be back.
Yes.
I will continue to invest in them. And cassettes, just to diversify my portfolio.
Yes.
Remember, diversification is key.
Yeah.
And I'll invest in.
Yes.
It's all true.
No, it's true, but it's like, don't people? Okay. People buy vinyl, dude. They buy vinyl.
Yeah. But I think that they buy it for the same thing that I'm saying, which is that you should have taken all of that money and bought really obscure art.
Yeah.
And that would have gone up millions of dollars.
I just don't understand it. I don't get it. People, this is it.
I think
No, this is it. Listen.
Yeah.
People love vinyl, so why don't they love vinyl? People love buying vinyl, so why wouldn't they like perfectly conditioned, new, sometimes unopened, in my case, unopened vinyl? Like, surely a shop would go, this is worth the same amount because if JB Hi-Fi can charge $60 for this, I should give it to him for half price because then I get it for half price. It's the same fucking product.
Yeah. But he can also buy 7 of them for $30 off you, and you're going to go, all right.
But how does
Because
he
you
know?
don't want to take it home.
That's
you
what
don't want
it
to take
is.
it home
That's
under your
what
bag
it
and say,
is. That's what it is.
And then you
That's what it
spent, what was it again?
A
You spent
kebab.
half of it. You literally ate your profit.
I ate my profits.
You're even more in the tank than you were. I would like to know how much that is. How much you bought all of those 7 albums for?
Do you know how much? I'll tell you how much. I bought White Noise. Have you got a calculator?
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, actually, it's not that hard. But like, okay, I got White Noise when it came out, probably for $30 at least, because it had a DVD on it. $30. Muse. You know what's crazy? I think I got Muse. Dude, you know, you're going to laugh at this. You listening? You know where I got the Muse CD? It's called Origins of Symmetry. You know where I got it?
Where?
You're going to laugh your ass off. Jesus Christ, and I still have it. In year 10, we won Talent Quest.
Yeah.
And we got an Egg Records voucher. And I bought it there at Egg Records with the
The
voucher.
sheer irony.
Did I get-
Holy hell, it all goes full circle.
I was going to take it to Egg Records.
That's incredible. Oh, you should have taken it to Egg.
Fuck!
Oh, man, wouldn't it be amazing if they'd be like, hey, you'd be back.
I've gone for 15
Not even going to get enough
years.
for a Klim's chicken drumstick. Okay, so it was $30.
So that was free. I didn't know
That
loss.
was free.
No
Yeah,
loss
okay,
there.
so we're up on that one.
No, we broke even.
Okay. How much
didn't
was
make
a
a
CD?
profit.
That's right. It was all up $5 and you had 5 CDs, so it's $1. So you're up $1 so far.
I think Mogwai was free as well.
Which one?
Mogwai.
Okay, Mogwai was free, so,
So
we're
that's
up 2.
What was the third CD? Fuck. It was a band called the Crocodiles, which
Okay.
I don't know. Let's say $15 maybe.
15.
I don't know. I think I got that a while ago. Yeah, but I think it was those, right? Then
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's 4 albums.
Oh, maybe it was 5, whatever. Four.
Okay.
The Pogues 56 we looked up, and the
No, did you buy it for 56?
that one was a gift.
Well, you're actually killing it, Mislav. So
Why?
far.
How am I killing it?
Maybe. You definitely haven't broken even. Let me just assure that for you now already. But
Okay,
keep going. So that's free.
I think
Again.
I think the other vinyl was a gift as well.
Holy hell. So what are you complaining about?
It's the principle, damn it.
Miss. You spent $45 out of that,
Uh-huh.
and it was, and you got $35 back.
So
So you're down $10.
okay,
Is that what we spent half the pod on?
it's the principle.
$10.
It's the,
You are such a cheap man.
it's not about the
Man,
money.
okay, this is amazing how much this has gone down in my mind. I thought that you were going there with like wooden crates in one of those, those things that they have in like offices where they push you along in that small trolley with the little wheels at the bottom. I thought you were going in with that. I thought that this was you. Oh my God, miss, this is incredible. That's what happened. Then it goes downgraded to like, we should like 4 CDs.
And 2
five, maybe 5. No, 4. And 2 records. 2 records. Vinyls. Vinyls should be worth probably about the same price as a Ford Commodore. Let's be real, like a 2008 model. 2000. So it's a bit old, but still. And then we go to it, and then really all that's happened is you lost $10.
But here's the thing.
What? There's no here the thing here.
No, there is.
And then you bought a kebab, I suppose. So now we're down 25.
It is the thing. It's the crux of my...
This is one of the best exchanges at a cash converters I've ever heard.
But listen, that's not the point. The point is, what's the go with this? If I try to sell all of that independently online... Listen, lad, stop laughing. If I try to sell that independently online, I could have got $120 easy if that shit's sold. But you take it to a shop, they just screw you. They just completely screw you.
Yeah, but miss, that's
never go to a shop
on you.
I know it's on me, but I should have known better. But like these shops, people, don't take your records and CDs to shops because they will rip you off. That's the point. Just sit them online, and I bet records do sell online. I bet they do.
Everyone was aware of this.
Well, I wasn't.
Everyone knew.
I wasn't.
I don't know how you haven't watched one episode out of the 30 seasons of Porn Stars to figure this out.
I have, but I didn't. I'm not. I thought that was Hollywood, baby. You know?
Well, you thought you'd go into a music record, an extension of the octopus of the music industry where people treat each other right. And you thought what is essentially a crossover of pawnbrokers and the music industry that you were going to come out on top.
Yes. Yes, because of the details.
Miss. You know what should happen? In economics.
I want to see if anyone's saying anything.
In economics.
Yeah. It's just...
they should just rename sunk cost fallacy Mislav's mind.
What is that?
Exactly what you're describing then. It's just the more money you pump into something, the more you think, I'm just going to keep pumping money into it.
Yeah.
Something's going to have to come out the other way. It's no, dig up, stupid. It's that.
I think this is a turning point in my life where I'm like, I've never looked at something in terms of its monetary investment value, let's say.
But now you're just going to spend all of your money on circa Civil War coins and things, eh?
No,
You really should have.
Okay, give me this then. Okay, can I just get it?
I don't know how you feel so victimized about this. Now, if you want to hear the truly A-mold version of that story, listen to Mislav Balabragic versus the New South Wales legal system.
You can only do that in one way.
You can only do that by signing up to the podcast. I guarantee you it is the best story that you will never hear otherwise. There's no way they're going to let us do that live.
Yeah.
So if you have any sense at all, put your sense in that, because unlike Mislav, that is a wise investment.
Join up for the up late, because there's that on times 50. That times 50 up late. But listen to this. Everything is effed now. COVID made everyone try to monetize other people's hobbies to an extreme extent. The card game shit through that time was massive.
It's always been massive. That's what you should be investing in, magic cards.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
If only you'd never had sex in your entire life, you'd be rich.
Here's the thing, though, right? Like, if something... Okay, in the music world...
I can't believe how much... I can't believe it. This has not escaped Mislav's mind. Losing $10.
Shit.
What?
Oh, Bammo just said I would have paid you $70 for one of those. See, this is what I'm saying. Music fans know the score. The shop.
Miss, it's just...
The shop.
Stop whining. It's incredible.
Why?
You didn't get that ripped off.
I know.
And at the most, these are your monetary problems.
Yeah.
I got $35 when I could have got $70.
Yeah.
It's still $70.
It's not that much money. It's just like...
according to some chick on the internet who hasn't given you the money yet. And you're upset about that deal.
I'm upset. I'm upset about the
Like
deal.
some kind of there's a contract that's happening.
Okay, someone said it's terrible. Chip Phoenix said it's terrible in Australia. Everything is imported, white labeled, drop shipped. We don't make anything, so we have to literally buy low, sell high for everything. Yeah, it's the principle. Someone's saying. Look, it's just okay. But here's the thing. Okay. Like that aside, right? What do you make?
I think we're going to have to extend this conversation to the up leg.
What do you?
This is incredible. Like you need therapy over this. This is the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you.
Can't breathe.
Let me just see this shit. How do these record labels sleep at night?
How do they sleep at night? Do you know how much money I've put into the music industry? Do you know how much? Think about it. I still buy CDs. I still buy CDs.
This is them spitting in your face.
Yeah, it is. I still buy CDs. I buy vinyl, like merch, ticket shows.
Good man.
Huh?
I'm a good man.
I'm a good man. I pay my taxes.
Yep.
And this is how you get repaid.
And this is how you... $35 is how they repay you.
Yeah. Here's the question.
Just listen. Disrespecting
listen. I have a
stranger.
question. How have you? What do you think about people that buy vinyl? What do you think of vinyl as a product? The sales are going up. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
There's limited edition stuff. People buy the Tame Impala special edition of fucking the Slow Rush goes for $300. They sell. What do you make of it all?
What do you mean? What do I make of it all?
It's a very straightforward question.
Look, Mislav, I know that you want to be talking to like a financial expert tracker of the vinyl industry.
No, I just want to know on a cultural
you really
level.
have to understand. I have so little to do with. For instance, just then I was laughing at the Pogues for like 10 minutes because their name is stupid. Like, you really shouldn't be asking me about the high finance of how much I personally think a Strokes vinyl should go for.
But that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking on a cultural level. What do you make? Do you think? Okay. In society, people spend things on frivolous things. It's a luxury item, right? Generally speaking, there's luxury items as essentials, right? Food's an essential. Yep. Vinyl's a luxury.
Yep.
What is your
take? I'm surprised you put that in luxury. I thought you were going to say essential.
No, it's luxury. But what do you...
Essential, of course.
Okay, as a broader question, God, this pod is going to get downvoted. But I don't care, because we talk about real things here, all right? Real life experiences, what the working man has to deal with.
You don't have Daddy Ali to shield you from the reality.
Exactly. Poor Ali, if he's watching.
His communist rhetoric.
Yeah. He's not buying vinyl. So... on that, we can expand this to even just like the capitalist system, like frivolous purchases, things that are necessary. What percentage of the population do you think are buying frivolous things that you don't need, and is that moral?
I know exactly what that number is.
Tell me.
Pre-1950, I think 80% of your money was going to food.
Right.
No, sorry, 60% of your money was going to... No, sorry. It's exactly this. 80% was going to the essentials. 20%, so $1 in $5 was going down to the hoedown and having milkshakes at the diner, right?
Yeah, of course.
And 80% was going to your house, your car, your bills, all that. In fact, actually, this is a better stat. I like this one more. In the 50s, 50% of your paycheck was going to food.
Shit.
Now, 50% of your paycheck is going to entertainment. So $1 in $2.
Wow.
$1 in $2 that you make, you are spending on frivolous crap, which is why you need to sign up to the Jordan Shanks Uplay Patreon, because I know for a fact you're wasting it anyway.
Listen, it's better than vinyl. That's for sure. We've established that.
Damn sure.
It's a better bang for your buck. You can join for $1, and it's ours. Well, I suppose an album's an hour.
But it's
better.
1 hour.
Yeah, we got hours.
For a Tame Impala vinyl that you're never going to play because you also need a record player. I don't know where the fuck you get those anymore.
That's record. You buy them everywhere. Records are selling a lot. That's a thing now. Like it's honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So, okay, I guess the broader question is that, and the answer, the concern I have, let's expand it from music, is that it's just like, is it morally wrong to spend half your wage on entertainment?
I think as much.
Because I'm starting to think it is.
You're on the same train, huh?
I'm starting to get there.
Okay.
Especially when the resale's that goddamn low. Doesn't help.
I don't know what that has to do with the money in the first place.
Well, it's like...
This is another way of you weeding in again to say,
No.
$10. $10. It's incredible. Your resale value on that is so much better than everybody else.
What are you talking about?
Everybody else, if you said that, right, like, so it was like 60, so that's 120 there. Then there was 5 albums. That's 150. So other people would have walked out of that $240 in the tank.
What are you talking about in
They
the
would have
tank?
walked out of it like $240 down. You
Really?
walked out of it $10 down because you just got all of these things handed to you randomly. I think because of law of attraction, they sort of, like a truck exploded just outside your window and then you're just like, yeah. Shit. Ozzy Osbourne's 7th album. I'm sure that's just as good as his first. No, not even close. That's what's happening.
I'm going through.
I bet you this whole thing is like, you have any idea how much money I've spent on the music industry over the years? Is it $50? 48. Everything else has been handed to you.
I think I'm just going. No, fuck off. I think I'm going through a crisis right now. I think my perception of value of money versus items of like things I own is completely skewed. And I think the only way to get out of it is like minimize dramatically things I own and start from scratch and be like, I don't even know. It's just I don't know what's happening to me. I'm losing the fucking plot. I think I'm losing the plot.
So this is what got you to question capitalism. Dude.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Incredible. This is. I cannot believe there is something astonishing about this show. There really is. It is that I really didn't realize. I've known you for 15 years. I had no idea how cheap you were.
I'm not cheap. It's a principle. It's the principle.
Everyone always says that when they're being cheap. They try and turn it into a moral question.
No, sometimes it is a moral question. That's why I'm expanding it to like owning things. Do people need... I mean, look, if you're owning things for status, that's obviously bad and wrong. This is like the dumbest idea. But then even to own things for like, I don't know, your own perception of whatever entertainment is, isn't that also just kind of like a waste of time? Like, is your
absolutely.
time not better spent?
I just did I did a self-help video about this. You can sign up to Jordan Shanks as well while you're at it.
The promotion show, yeah.
But I was talking about this the other day, which is that you are spending money to reinforce a perceived identity in your head. So the reason that you are so angry...
Say that again.
Most of your money goes to you reinforcing a perception in your head of who you are.
Right. Okay.
That's it. That's what you're spending money on.
Okay. Yeah.
Your
Ego.
identity that you have created.
Yes.
In your mind.
Yes.
Which is why when you sit there and you're just like, what do you mean you're only giving me 30? This is worth at least 35 million. That's an objective economic fact. No, I'm going to the IMF and saying what they have to say. I'm talking to that guy that straight out a German accent from Perth that now runs the OECD, and I'm telling him that you've got your figures wrong, mate. The whole world does. This is worth more than oil exports in the Middle East.
And listen,
these seven very highly, easily available, mass-produced albums that no one wants.
Fuck you, man.
See, this is what it is.
What?
Like he's angry at me now.
I
He's
am
like,
because of
he's
your
pissed.
fake news.
He's pissed.
Fake news.
Look at him. Look at this mega supporter here with his red face. Really
I-
got to the core of his
The
identity.
facts are on my side. I got the backing from the people in the comments. They said it themselves. It's inflated.
It's worth $70.
That was one comment. That was one comment. The other one. I think you're overlooking the big picture here. It's
What's
not
the
a
big picture?
big picture is people. Let's all together now make a shift towards a minimal lifestyle, sell all our shit, let's get the clutter out, and let's limit our
Government.
no limit our
Dude, you know what would be amazing if you tried to sell the rapping Ronnie Reagan tape. You can't sell
I wouldn't
that.
be selling
You
that.
can't.
I wouldn't be selling that.
You can't do
No, let's limit our how much we are allowed to ingest entertainment. Let's limit that for ourselves. And try to expand. Reading's fine, education's fine, or creating, or just doing things, creating things. Let's up that and decrease the just consumption.
That's why I'm saying you should be happy that you got anything for it.
Yeah. Because principally it's
I
gone. Who
honestly
cares?
think that it
Who
should
cares?
just
It's
be
gone.
out on the curb and whoever wants it can pick it up.
I mean, CDs are always put out in the curb. That's the thing.
Exactly. And
But it
you've got
freaks-
$35 for trash. And you're still pissed off.
Vinyl is not the first edition of the Magic Dirt album and the Pogues is not trash.
Magic Dirt. I'll tell you why he didn't make any money for it. Because it wasn't Karmic Dirt's original.
Shout out to Karmic Dirt, a great band.
Now there's a band that's a tragedy to grow up. These stupid Pogues wouldn't know. What is it? Dad Rocket.
You would hate the Pogues. You would hate the Pogues.
Don't hate Karmic Dirt though. And that's why it's worth more. Universal.
But there's
appeal.
also the broader picture of just it is. I was thinking about nepo. I was thinking about nepo babies and just the creative industries are fucked.
Yeah. What's your point?
That's my point.
That
Read it and weep. It's a sad state of affairs.
you know what you're really learning? The reality of that meme you once showed of the stupid little Doge and all of the music equipment in the background saying like,
Yeah.
"I hope someone listens to my album."
Yeah.
And then it showed 3 Chad Dogs
Yeah.
doing what we're
doing now. Going, yeah, I went to the
supermarket.
supermarket the other day. I hate that, bro. And she didn't scan the thing. I hate that, bro. I hate that, bro.
That's what you're learning.
I know, in real time.
You got to give the people what they want, otherwise you perish.
Yeah.
Here's the whole thing. People think the creative field is I get to do whatever I want all the time.
It's some
That's what they
people's.
seem to
It
translate
is
in
some
their head.
people's.
Who?
You know, any artist I like.
Do you think that they want to be doing that music constantly?
Maybe you're right. Maybe not. They're not doing whatever they like. Maybe some of them do. I don't know.
Come on, man.
Well, you think they just
If
want
you're waves, you can't be happy with your life.
That is a good example. I think that he's probably at the point where it's like album number 9. Here's some more pop punk. He's probably just like, hey, I'll pay that. Yes.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
thing with Blink 182.
They,
The reason he went
they
insane
like-
and started going down the rabbit hole of UFOs.
No, they
For me,
like.
it took an assassination attempt. For him, it was just like, can't keep writing songs called "Fuck Your Granddad." Like I can't keep going. I need a break from. Take me. He went nuts.
I think that
So
they.
it's
I think they love doing it. I think Blink absolutely loves being like,
Making the same song again.
I think they like it. But I could be wrong. And there's probably more examples of people being like not liking it. So I will pay that. I'm sure that most people are just like, hey, it's time to do this thing. And if I do, stray too far, I think, there's someone like Beck isn't like that. I think he makes weird albums that are all different and everyone seems to go, yeah, sick, man. This is the
Yeah.
weirdest shit I've ever heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and but they like it. And he can do whatever he wants. But I think that
But the difference is, Beck is an auteur, isn't he?
yeah, he is. But
Blink 182.
They would.
autists. They're not autists.
They would say they are. They would say they are. They'd be like, whatever, man. This is what I want to do. There's outliers that can do whatever they want. Your Tom Waitses, right? Like,
Is that what he wants to do?
I think
every time I look at Tom Waits, the first thing that I think is, now there's a man who's happier than the Dalai Lama.
you're kidding, or?
You think he's a happy man?
Yeah.
The first thought I have anytime I look at him is throat cancer.
Yeah, but what's the second thing you think?
The second thing after that I think is tobacco poisoning.
Okay, third thing. Let's get away from the cancer.
But like it's
like personality.
I just see this tumor on stage, and like.
Yeah, but do you think he'd be better off doing that in a Walmart?
In a what?
In a Walmart?
No, I don't think that.
Like, he's a happy guy, I think.
Okay,
but
I'm glad. I want him to be happy.
But I get what you're saying. I would say the majority are probably just like, I can't stray from the formula, or then I'll get hate, and then they'll hate me. And then, I get that. That is the thing. I get what you're saying. But there are ways around that. But I would probably say most people are locked into know your product. It's like you have made a name for yourself in this thing. You best hope you don't stray too far from that. And there's a fear there. And I accept that. I'm not denying. I'm not saying like everyone's in this bubble, this beautiful,
Wait, but what has that got to do with you being ripped off?
I'm moving away from that. I'm just saying the music industry is a dark, disgusting cesspit. And all creative industries, I would say. I mean, how would you... this is, I don't care, whatever. This is the creative industry pod. This is all we're talking about. This is what we're talking about today. What do you think of comedy? What do you think of your industry? That's your industry now.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Everybody in my industry is always complaining about, this thing's dead. This guy sucks, but he gets more spots than me. You make your own industry.
Yeah, exactly.
In this day and age.
Yeah,
you create
exactly.
your own silo.
Yeah.
And you stay the hell in there.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
that.
these
You're in
losers
that.
you
In
don't
that
have
thing
to
you're
deal with.
holding.
Yeah, this. You build this for yourself. A nice glass of cocoon.
No, it literally...
From the outside world.
It literally is that though, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, this is it.
And
Hello.
we were talking about this before, right? I strongly believe having a small cult audience is the only way to go, because if you blow up, there's only down to go from there. And also, if you blow up, everyone wants you to do that one thing forever, and you're beholden, usually, I would imagine, not always, but a lot of the time, to the industry and all these people.
And the most tragic thing is they want you to do that one thing until they don't want you to do that one thing anymore. And then you become...
End of fashion.
Yeah, end of fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's your life.
Yeah, that is a worse alternative than like, it's like, oh, you're small. It's like, yeah, but at least I have control. I have control to do whatever,
It's very bad being the moniker of a cultural wave.
Yeah, because then
because you will eventually become a joke.
Yeah.
You'll become cringy.
Yeah, pastiche.
It's something that I see over and over with YouTubers that rise with a trend.
Oh, right.
And then they crash, and then after that, they get no views.
Right.
Everybody they're just mocked.
And you knew this the whole time with you, because you were offered stuff from like Channel 10, SBS, ABC, and like an endorsement, all this shit. You were offered that, and you were just like, nah, to all of it, right?
Yeah.
So you knew that. That wasn't like, oh, I'll take a chance. You were like, no, I understand what I'm doing here.
But that was the difference. I had something that I knew was important. And so I wasn't going to sacrifice that for a cheap check.
Yeah, right. So you had a bigger purpose.
I had a much bigger purpose.
Do you think you could have done it without that? If you were just like...
No. Then I'd be desperate as, and I'd be like Faker. Now I'd be at the record label there with you sitting there. And I wouldn't be offering you 35. I'd be too bitter. Like 15. Just to try and get a fight with you. So you're like, you motherfucker. And I'm like, yeah, punch me in the face so I feel something. Yeah. And then, just on your way out, when I throw you the $15 and you walk out with a bloody nose, just to anger you as you walk out, I'll get your vinyl CD, slide it in front of you, just start crying.
You'll fucking bite the vinyl? You cruel.
Eat it and swallow in front of you as you sit there, tears welling down your face. I paid $0 for that.
Hey, listen, white noise was not $0. You know, okay, let's talk about this too. This is insane because we've only got half an hour left of the pod. We don't have to. You can change this at any point you want. Sorry, I've just hijacked this pod. Do whatever you want. It's your pod. I'm really sorry. My trauma dumping, but it's fucked, right?
This is your trauma.
But like,
this
this
is
is
the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I've known you for a long time. I know that this is the worst thing that's happened to you. You've had a very easy life.
Oh, fuck you. Clearly, I don't. Look at this situation. But this whole idea of what's cool and now it's not cool, it's just bullshit. It's a game that is cyclical, and what was cool once it becomes not cool, and then that's it. And then eventually it becomes ironically cool. It's like, you remember that? Yeah, they suck. Let's go to the show. That's just it. That's the whole thing.
That's the game. That's the game.
There's your odd outliers that keep going, but they are cult. They're your Tom Waitses and your Becks that they can fly through everything because they were weirdos from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So they're like, yeah, they're untouchable.
Yes, they are.
So what's that about?
What dat about?
What dat about? Tell
What
me
dat about?
Are you like really bored? Sorry.
No.
Okay, I thought you were just like, God, this guy sucks. But yeah, just tell me.
No, I'm highly amused
Okay.
at how upset you are by
Okay,
such
good.
minor slights against
It's
you.
the principle. It's the
It's
goddamn.
so weird.
It's the principle.
I've never seen the waters tepid on Mislav ever until it comes to something music related.
Yeah, it's always music.
Then
It's always music.
his inner neck beard comes out every time, and then he sits there and he's like, "Think the poke is an Irish icon. It's simply absurd." That happens.
It's fucked.
That happens.
It's a real problem. But yeah, it does.
Like, he had one of our friends blow meth in his face for 2 days straight while he cleaned his meth-addled house. Was walking barefooted around it in syringes, which admittedly is entirely his fault.
Yeah.
He was sitting there cleaning that meth house while he was coming in and just messing it up behind him the whole time. Insanity. While he's in this meth rant. Naked, walking around the house naked, wiggling his penis in front of him, talking about how he's going to make... And that was all fine. And then he said... and then he said that he had the best band of all time. And then Mislav snapped... dropped everything, didn't talk to him for 6 months, walked out. He was like, I will sit there while you wiggle the penis in your face and blow meth in my face and try to get me addicted to meth. That's all fine. While you do literally no work. While you do no work and I clean your house for free, which is filled with age-living syringes. That's absolutely fine. But I will not have you sit there idly by and say that you, sir, are better than Poe.
It's insane. Dude, it's nuts.
Amazing. Like, dude, you know what I realized? This is the first time I've ever realized. Yeah, there is an insane streak to Mislav. I always thought he was the most sane man on earth.
No, there is
Something snaps in his mind when you talk about mid-2000s mid-tier bands.
I've invested so much time and money into that.
Isn't that weird? So, it goes back to my point.
Yeah, that's
your entire identity. Your entire identity is Faker.
Not Faker, Christ. Maybe hating on Faker.
Huh?
Maybe hating on Faker.
Well, that's very... They don't need to. Hey, come on. They appeared on Rove once. It's not like they're... It's not like they're at the lofty heights of Poe and it couldn't afford dental care.
It's just... Yeah, God, it's all too much.
But that's it. So, like, that's why.
Yeah.
And so you put infinite monetary value on CDs that you personally don't even want yourself, and you think they're still he spat his tea out. He spat it all out. How did it all go out? That was incredible.
You just put it so eloquently. You put
Throwing up in a chum bucket.
You're good at. You're good at. You're good at wording stuff in hilarious ways. I didn't want those particular CDs.
Yeah, I know, but that's
some
why it's
other
amazing
ones-
that you think that that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. CDs you don't want.
You know, once
I'll
I
put this further. CDs not even you want. And you are the most music-obsessed man I've ever had in my life. You start getting visibly anxious in the car if there isn't Triple M on there being like, very subpar rock. Subpar rock that I hear all the time. I'm gonna have to face my inner demons. No, don't go away. Yeah, there's two things that are going away in this scenario, Dave Grohl. Thank you very much.
go to
You should be
waste.
running for president.
Go to waste is the lyric.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's yes, of course. A man who I'm still not entirely convinced is an Arj Barker.
But listen, I'm extending an olive branch here. I've realized the music industry is dumb, evil, blood-sucking, that. Like, it's like...
You realized this years ago. So what you realize... wow, this is like the Rumi quote.
What's the Rumi quote?
Leave on a quest, go full circle, and come back to the place you began. And know it for the first time.
That's actually what's happened, yeah.
The first
Hey,
time
and it's
that
the
we
shape
ever
of a
saw you
vinyl.
on the podcast.
The shape of a vinyl, yeah.
A shape of a vinyl,
Yeah.
full circle, like the snake eating itself.
Yeah. And
First
guess
time.
what? The snake eating itself, I'm pretty sure, is a symbol on the Living End album. Like, it's on the album.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not that profound. All rock bands have that. Think about it. Plus, I like snakes. I'm one of those fucks that got a snake on a dagger in the 80s on my arm.
Hey, you
I
own
don't think
it.
it's deep.
You own a snake. You can't talk.
Yeah, true. As
but
we said before, the Venn diagram that crosses over between autists
And rockers.
and druggos is wanting a pet snake.
Yeah, it's true. But no, finish your thought. What, the first time on the pod, I was like, music industry's fact. Is that what I said?
Yeah, but you were also wearing that death shirt.
Really?
Yep, and like you came in now, you were in negative money.
Oh, that's right. Minus 50 cents.
Yeah, minus 50 cents in your bank account.
That was crazy. Shout out if anyone was watching. I feel like the people that watch the YouTube one might not be as old school, but maybe they are. But YouTube land and whatnot, Spotify land, yeah, that was a long time ago at FBI. So you think I've gotten... But is that what I was saying? Like, it's your fact.
It's all fact. All the music industry's fact.
But I'm not
and
saying...
then you're saying now, I've come to this conclusion for the first time. Scene's dead.
I'm not saying there's not good outliers and there's good stuff that, the best bands are the ones that are like, yeah, it is fucked, but, we try not to be fucked in it. Anyway, that's honest. That's the profound nature of it. But to spin a positive note, make your own bubble, like he's got right there. Make your own bubble if you want to go in there and just hammer away. And if you have a small audience, it's fine because at least you're in control of it and whatever,
Yeah, that's your conclusion. I
My
just
face
don't understand
hurts. My
why you
face
had
hurts
that
from laughing.
response from going to the record.
Because, look, I was
Cash
shocked.
converters is so good. Just rubbing your arms. Like, come on, man.
I always like that.
40 bucks.
I was the first. That's the first time I've ever been like that. Where I've just been like, "Shit, you rip-off. It's the first edition. This one's not even open." Like, I just
So desperate.
it's the principle. It's so annoying. I think I'm also bitter that like the guitar solo and the guy was like, cancel. It's like, you can't do that. you click to accept. You don't negate the deal. No negging. No negging. So anyway, that's we've still got about half or so we don't have to we can talk about something else other than me getting kind of ripped off at repressed records.
Kind of is an overstatement.
I'm telling you,
I
just
think
don't
you got
take your
a fair price.
just don't take. I'll tell you what I'll say then. Vinyls are overpriced.
Well, I'm glad that we got to a conclusion.
They're overpriced.
Yep, I think you're right.
$80 for a vinyl, I
I think
think.
everything in JB Hi-Fi is overpriced.
It is. It is.
Okay, that's the conclusion. Fuck JB Hi-Fi. Well, can you fill up those wooden crates with something? Like, I know that you've been sitting there. You are just the permanent curb on the side of an apartment block. Yeah, this is filled with DVDs and CDs that no one's bought. And then you're sitting there arrogantly saying, yeah, it's worth $80. No one's bought it, dude.
Yeah. Only person buying CDs
Fill
is
it with
me.
more range of vacuum.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this.
DVDs are... No one's buying DVDs, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just over-invested in it.
Yeah, they still have to get rid of them.
Maybe Hi-Fi should change its name to sunk cost fallacy.
I've seen DVDs, and everyone has, and CDs at the side of the road all the time. And the thing is, I've walked by them and be like, no way, Dodgeball. And then I'm about to take it and I'm like, nah. Like, that's
what JB Hi-Fi is doing, aren't they? They're driving around like those Google vans that take pictures of the street. And they're sitting there, and you throw that dodgeball on the ground. They're like, sucker. Like you, with the same thought in their head. These will come back, you know.
I mean, DVDs are not coming back. It scares me how quickly they disappeared. Doesn't that scare you?
Oh, yeah, that was the latest in technology. And then Blu-ray didn't even have time to be the latest in technology.
Didn't even have time.
It was gone.
And I miss going to Blockbuster.
Yeah, same here.
I miss it. I
miss the horrible, sweet, multicolored popcorn.
Yeah, that stuff was horrible and awesome.
Same time, yeah.
Yeah. But this is the thing too, right? And to expand this on a more philosophical level, right? We have a problem of option paralysis in society now, and it's devaluing everything. So like when we were kids, we go to Blockbuster, we'd even get a movie that sucked because there's no internet, so you just assume it was good. You'd watch a movie that sucked, and you'd still go, it was all right. Like I still got to sit down and watch something. You know. Now there's a huge problem. There's ads on Netflix or Amazon or some shit before your fucking thing plays. It's like trying to pick a movie is like hell on earth. Join Movie Picker. It's an app where we like scan your face and say, watch fucking Jurassic Park, dingbat. Like, it's a thing now.
Wow.
And it's like, human beings are not supposed to have essentially endless options of things. I'm not poo-pooing the streaming services, even though they are rip-offs for everyone as well. But like, it's like we're just gorging ourselves. Like, watch a bit of this movie. I'm not instantly, it was boring. Let's watch a little bit of True Romance. Oh, he's not shooting the bazooka straight away. Let's watch a bit of, you know what I mean? It's like, that's not, I'm not saying Blockbuster was perfect. They were charging a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I really liked when Blockbuster was going out of business.
Oh, that was the best.
Sweet.
That was
in their sweet popcorn.
That was amazing. It was like 3 for $5, and then they were just like $2 for 3, and then they were just like just $3 to own 3 DVDs. I was just like, I'm in Mecca. I'm in heaven here. And I still was kind of just like, yeah, I'll buy Shrek, I guess. But like, that was amazing. Yeah. But what is your prediction for like creative industries in the future and the human psyche? Are people going to just even digest content, or they're just going to like hook themselves up to fucking VR and be like,
well, you know what? Actually, it was a good. This is what was happening. In fact, it was the name of, I can't remember which comedian that was talking about it. Stuart Lee. Stuart Lee had the name of it, and I think that he was the first to come up with this observation and solidify it.
Yeah.
Through a lot of self-imposed self-awareness.
Yeah.
Lee, can you cut your stand-up shows down to an hour instead of sitting there being like, I can't believe you laughed at that, and now you're laughing at that. Aren't I clever for deconstructing a joke on screen? Dude, it's like one of these chefs that deconstructs a moose. Like, just give me the fucking moose.
Yeah. You don't like when he does that?
I hate that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hate that, bro.
I hate that, bro. Ching, 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 ching. My vinyl. It's so strange that, sitting.
But anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
He's saying content now. This is what Hit FM is talking about with radio. They were saying that before the whole point was to create content. Now their point is to provide content. So that's why
What's the
they're
difference?
investing heavily in podcasts.
But-
Because they're just like, hey, you like cooking? He's a cooking guy.
Okay.
You like moose hunting? Here's a moose hunting podcast.
So, but what's the difference between creating and providing? Like, you're still creating, aren't you?
the audience is there. They know what they want to consume. They just create a podcast. There you go. Consume that.
So it's just purely like filling a market.
Just eat up. There you go.
No originality.
Nah, just giving it to them.
And that's not good for art, is it?
I'll go further. It's not good for thinking.
Yes. Yes. Because it's an algorithm. You're being pumped with a formula. Like, nice guy, chops up this thing. It's edited exactly the same way on every single food
And because
thing.
you're interested in it, you just keep getting pumped that.
The same thing. You're not being challenged at all.
Not at all.
Because this is how you find... Dude, I had this realization. It's not profound at all. But on a monthly basis, let's say, and I'm noticing this more and more, 2 to 3 times a month, someone says something to me, whether it's like cool pants that I found or like an observation or anything, just something you've said, friends. 2 to 3 times a month, something just purely from interacting with people, they'll say something that is like profoundly changed my life. And it's because it's different opinions from mixed people. It's a big net of opinions and humans. There's normies, there's like druggos, there's musos, and I always get gems from different people. Always, it's never the same kind of person. It's always completely disparate people. Sometimes people that I fucking do my head in and can't stand you. They'll give me these pearls of wisdom unintentionally, completely. And I think about that, and I'm like, but like. Changed my life hugely for the better. Like, give me insights where I'm like, Jesus Christ, I never would have thought of that. Like, that's helped me get more productive. Cut 20 hours off my week of doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. All this kind of stuff. So that's the same principle, really, right? If you're just giving one thing, you're not getting new information. Dude, have you ever watched a movie that you thought you hated, and then a week later are like, that was awesome, actually. I got something really amazing out of that.
Yeah.
It took me a week.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen now. People don't take chances because then it's too much risk. There's not enough reward. They're like, no, I want just no risk, and I know what I want to get. I want predictability. But that's not it's not how neurons fire off. That's not how you learn new things, right?
What's really disturbing about it as well is it is definitely going to be the death knell of democracy. Absolutely.
Because people are ingesting fake news, or they just...
No, I won't ever go to say fake news. I will say that people do not have a common agreed upon reality anymore. And what's worse, it's the worst of both worlds, because back in medieval times, some French philosophers said this: before the invention of newspapers, men's minds were like little unique gardens. After the invention of newspapers, they were like monocrop wheat fields.
Oh my God, that's...
And he's right. He's right. So then it went into mass media, and I've done to death how evil mass media is.
Yeah.
You can go back on my long repertoire of it. I've got a stand-up show, and go check that out.
Yeah. Wait, Rome? Which one?
Rome was sort of about it. Rome was a little...
Yeah, the mic.
Sorry. No, but mostly just about manufacturing consent.
Yeah, manufacturing consent. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Then, I think that what's happened now is we have a combination of those two things, where you have tiny little monocrop gardens,
Yeah.
and everybody's interested in it. So, look, recently, I've come to the conclusion, and it's completely reshaped how I'm going to address elections from now on.
Uh-huh. I just had this image of you doing star jumps naked, oiled up, going, that's where my brain went to, what you're going to do.
That's so good!
Just your junk going...
Anthony Albanese has picked up 150 out of 150 seats.
It's the dancing man. Sorry, what will you
I'm
do?
calling it the naked boy strategy. But the thing is, these stats are terrifying to me. As we've discussed before, democracy in chains. Yes, the Republican Party are secretly trying to take over the country and padlock the Constitution. That's absolutely their goal. It's not even the Project 2025 stuff. This is the Koch brothers. They've been laying the foundations for it for the past 50 years, and they're getting very close to doing it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't expect the American public to know that, but my initial thought every time I thought about politics was everybody is getting their little information source from somewhere, because this is just what happens when you are deeply entrenched in politics. Like anything else, like, you know, you, for instance, just absolutely dismayed and shocked that you're sitting there being like, what do you mean fake Irish jazz isn't making me a huge profit comparable to antique toys? It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. I know he's putting
I'm moving to England where people treat each other right. Oh, that gave me even less fun.
I hope not. I would sincerely doubt it. This country, it's going down the pits.
Go to the dog.
It's going down the pits anyway.
But it's because everybody just lives in their own little realities. And
Sure.
so it is so hard for you to not think about that from that perspective.
Yeah.
So I always think, well, you know, people might not be listening to me for Australian politics, but they're listening to someone. They're getting informed about their voting choices from something. The reality of the situation is, no, they're not. They are not consuming anything. We're not even talking about news. They're not even getting news.
Yeah. Really?
They have no understanding of it. They will never listen to it.
Really?
No interest in it whatsoever. To give you a very good example of this, when they're talking about polling of 50% of Americans want Donald Trump to be elected and 50% want Biden to be elected, it's a dead heat. And 70% of Americans want Joe Biden to step down because of his age. You know, the reality is, really when they call people and poll them and they're just like, hey, who do you want to win in the next election? They're just like, election? Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Who's Trump?
What?
That's most people.
Really?
Now, obviously, Trump has like this huge edge that people always sit there and think like, oh, they all want this fascist takeover. That's not even what's happening there. What is happening is the fact that he was on reality TV before that.
Yeah, I know. That's
I
literally,
remember.
that is exactly what's
That's
happening.
their political education.
Yes.
This is a huge contingency of the Trump voter.
Yeah.
It is not that MAGA psycho that's like, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just, Celebrity Apprentice. He was in a boss-looking chair.
Yeah.
He's probably... That's their understanding.
I know.
Honestly, their understanding is not that surprising if they don't know the name of the American president. We're talking about 50% of the adult population. This is the level of information. It's like maybe they know the American president's name. That is their understanding of politics.
That's terrifying.
They're not voting.
Right.
So you just take away 50% of people that can vote. They're not voting. So when they're always talking about like Republicans are restricting ballot access and this is really destroying our democracy.
Yeah.
What's really destroying our democracy is that everyone's an idiot. They really, it's hard to overstate just how little people care about democracy / know what it is.
Shit.
Or government. They don't know.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
I mean, I would have said that my knowledge would have been on the minimum side before, joining this institution. So I'm I'm in that group in a way,
Yeah.
I was. But I had some knowledge. But what is that, like, are you saying that's social media's fault? Are you saying that's because everything's fractured? Is that what you're saying? Everyone has their own... Because
I'm saying that this is before social media. That's
but
what
couldn't
happened.
you argue before the printing press, everyone was in their own little bubble before that? Wouldn't they?
Yeah, but they had unique little thoughts and insights.
Right,
and they came from little communities. And
Yes.
So there was sort of this shared reality in that way, a patchwork of reality that might not have been cobbled together, but now it is just a bunch of people, the Play-Doh's shadows dancing on caves. Everyone is in their own little cave, getting brainwashed in their own little way. Everyone.
Because
Everyone listening to this, all of your friends. The worst people on earth are the people that think, I'm not getting brainwashed, everyone else is getting...
Yeah.
They're the most brainwashed people.
Yeah.
I'm getting brainwashed. Everyone's getting brainwashed by everything that they read all the time.
Yes.
This is why I hate those people that are always just like, I'm above it all. I've escaped the matrix.
Yeah.
It's like the dumbest. It's like Andrew Tate level dumb. Like, I escaped the matrix.
I mean, I would believe someone that said that if they're like a monk in, Korea or something.
Yeah, but I bet you that guy just like, have you escaped the matrix? No.
Probably not actually, but like
You
it's
reckon?
all a matrix, yeah.
Everything's a matrix.
But
But it's
Is
all
it going to
little
get?
matrices.
Is it going to get worse?
It's getting way worse.
Because-
That's what's happening. So now here's the rub.
Yeah.
Now, because everybody lives in these like very hyper partisan realities.
Yeah.
This is why you never see, doesn't matter how bad Biden does in a debate. This is why everyone's always like, oh my God, the debate is going to destroy Biden. And you look at the polls and it's basically the fucking same.
Yeah.
And then like, Donald Trump, it doesn't matter. It's like, dude, he gets anointed essentially king by the Supreme Court, openly molest people on the street. Dude, he was right when he just said, like, I could shoot someone in the street, my polls would say the same. He was absolutely right.
Yeah. And he said,
It doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah.
His polls stay the same.
Yeah.
Biden's polls stay the same.
Right.
Then what happens is you're always fighting in an election when there's always this independent voter. This is exactly the same thing in Australia when people say, I'm an independent voter. I vote for independence. I'm not part of the two-party system. Dude, you're just part of just like, I'm above it and I get it, but you're just part of team, I'm not on a team.
Yeah.
And that's your, like, everything that you're processing everything through is just like, I'm above teams.
Yeah.
I'm above teams. I'm on team. I don't have a team. And so it doesn't matter how stupid. Like, look at David Pocock and Jackie Lambie. You think these are the geniuses that are moving Parliament forward, do you? The fucking ex-meth head and this ex-footy player with this, like, face that looks dumber than Johnny Sins. It looks like if Johnny Sins had been repeatedly bashed in the head with a lead pipe.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not from Massachusetts.
I don't know who
And
that.
nearly stalls like a bill that fucking calls back $130 billion for wages, but he's out there for the working man.
I don't know who that is. I think Jackie Lambie's had some good ideas. I don't know who he is, but I understand.
The guy that was she was on radio and someone was like, I wouldn't mind porking you, Jackie, and she's like, how big's your dog? She's the woman really bringing the nation forward.
She's Aussie, that's true. She's definitely an Aussie.
She's definitely an Aussie. She's a meth head. She's literally a meth head. And these are I like independence. I'm an independent thinker.
I think the idea of an independent is a romantic idea because it's sort of this idea of like, no, we don't need to mobilize mass groups of people. The power of autonomy and good ideas can win. The reality is probably definitely
dumb.
Not the case because it's like
dumb.
It's
and
not.
like,
It's, yeah,
what have
it's not
these
the case.
independents
It's not the
ever
case.
accomplished? What
I
are
don't
their
know.
trouble?
I
I
don't
make
know.
bills better. How? How do you make them? And
don't
also,
know.
you don't construct the bill in the first place, idiot. You just like sort of read. No way
Surely-
is David Pocock reading it. Someone else is. It's just whatever lobbyist comes in first and tells him if it's good or bad. That was literally what happened when it came to the bill that got back 130, but like the changing work choices, changing industrial relations reform, the big industrial relations overhaul that they had. They were just like, oh, we'll postpone it. Why? Because lobbyists just ran into his office and Jackie Lambie
Really?
said it's shit. And they're just like, oh, okay, it's shit
Right.
then. And that becomes their opinion.
Sure.
These are their independent thinkers. Whatever lobbyist comes into their office first. Independent.
Really? Surely there's been an independent throughout history that you admire.
Yeah, of course. There are. But they're fucking rare.
Rare.
They're so rare.
It's a romantic idea because it's like the word is independent. They're free thinking, but the reality is like I can.
It's just a dunce. It's just a dunce from the public.
not all of them. I can appreciate though that if you want to make broad sweeping reforms, you need broad sweeping numbers and you need some sort of cohesion. You need like a lot of people.
Yeah,
I get that. I get
maybe
that.
it's a good idea to have a bunch of minds working on something
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of just thinking an ex-footy player has the nation figured out.
Is that
So
is that
stupid.
possible though?
What?
Could an ex-footy player have the nation figured out?
I mean, look,
It's possible.
if there's one country that's tried that many, many times,
Us.
it's Australia.
and it did not really work out.
Well, look, I don't think that it was the best test run to elect a guy whose previous nickname on the footy field was the Brick with Eyes. we didn't. Let's give it this way: David Pocock and Glenn Lazarus weren't exactly the best test runs, were they?
Listen, we're pretty much done. I think to tie it back in, I mean, we're pretty much there. Do you want to finish? Go to the up late, or do you want to keep going? Any closing thoughts?
What is my closing thoughts on this? Yes. Okay. So my point is,
But like, yeah, I agree with you.
when it
I
comes
agree
to
with
this
you.
stuff, like
Yeah.
really, the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that are changing their minds is ever shrinking. When you
Yes.
talk about like an independent voter in America,
Can I say,
Yeah.
does that mean that in the future things like debates and advertising and press are going to become less and less important?
They've always been unimportant.
Oh, really?
Debates have always been meaningless.
Okay.
Debates is just watching a boxing match. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
And then people think like, I think Trump won that. I think
Yeah.
Biden won that.
Yeah.
It's like watching a boxing match. But at the end, no one's changing their mind.
Okay, so everyone's in their own bubbles. Their media is going to just reaffirm their cognitive biases, predispositions, whatnot. Would you say now's the time for us to start cracking our heads open and fish and go inside?
Well, literally, that's almost what happened just a couple of days ago. So yes, I would.
Literally did, yeah. So what's your diagnosis and what's the... is there a solution? Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I think that... You know what is another good example of this? Just before we go, because I'm reading this book about this Republican strategist spilling the beans, yeah?
Right.
Trump picked a guy who is like almost unequivocally, without any question whatsoever, a pedo, right?
Who?
Some senator, they're running in Alabama for a senatorial race. Like he's okay. Let me put it this way. He said to us, this is one of his quotes. There was way worse things that he's done, but I just find this one hilarious that no one saw any alarm bells. He's just like, I met my wife when she was dancing in the local high school dance that I'd attended. Okay, that's cool. The problem was he was looking at his wife on stage at the high school dance, and he was 30 at the time. He was 30. He was 30. And he wasn't a dad. He didn't have a kid at 12. He was just at the high school dance. Like a single guy.
Jesus.
And
They
so many cases of molestation, right?
They do things different in Alabama. Yeah.
So many cases of underage groping women, like
Really?
many women coming forward saying he had sex with me underage, right? Anyway, the point is that guy got the Republican nominee ticket. He lost by votes, a handful of votes, and they were just running constantly. This man is a pedophile. He's 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 a pedophile. He lost by this much. It was like honestly like a cartoonish version of the Prague scenario of like, would you vote for a Democrat if the Republican was a pedophile? Right?
Yeah.
And like everyone in their head says like, no, of course not. If it was a pedophile, then yeah, I'd vote for the Democrat. In reality, everyone voted for the pedophile. Everyone went in live and voted for the pedophile.
Jesus.
You understand? So what I'm saying is, like with your music thing, your identity is completely shifting your ideas. Like that is entirely what is motivating your decisions in life. You think you're this entirely rational human being, but really what's happening is, and it all comes down to this one question, it's incredible. It's like, is what people like me do, am I doing something currently right now that people like me do? Yeah. That's what you're constantly asking yourself.
Right,
do people like me do this?
Right.
Right? So, the pedophile was a Republican. Could you imagine if the Democrats ran a pedophile, how much the Republicans would lose their fucking minds? Like, this is supposed to be the family of, like, the party of, like, traditional family values and moral decency. They're constantly moralizing.
Yeah.
But the whole trick of the book is that it's just pretty much to just say that the Democrats are degenerate. Yeah. It's just an attack point.
Yeah.
Like you run someone that's a Republican that's morally degenerate and they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Shit.
You know?
So you're just
it's purely just because your identity is shifted as I'm a Republican voter. Yeah. Therefore I vote Republican. No matter what. Yeah. And don't tell me that anybody out there that's just being like, oh, just reducing politics to team sports. That person is absolutely doing that. That piece of shit Redditor that's always like, I'm above team sports. You know? Like that piece of shit is sports. Like the same cunt that's just like in Triple J that's just like, oh, I listen to alternative music. It's like, what? You listen to bands that sell out one stadium night as opposed to 5 stadium nights in a row. You're very indie, aren't you? You're very against the mainstream.
Yeah. So I suppose the best thing you can do is try to align yourself with like morally sound narratives and institutions, right? Because if you're a Democrat,
Well, this
then
is the
you're a
whole
Democrat.
thing. Honestly, this is what they're finding over and over again. If you are a Democrat, I'm sorry, you're just more educated.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's the stats.
Yeah.
If you're a Labor voter, I'm sorry, you're just more educated. This is the stats over and over again. It doesn't really matter about class. It matters about how educated you are.
Right.
Educated tradies vote. You know those tradies that you meet every now and then, and they're just like,
Yeah.
mate, I was just reading Great Expectations.
Yeah.
It's like, why? It's
Freaks
like,
me out.
dude, I get off at 3. I've got to fill the time with something.
It's pretty cool.
And so they're like really well read, despite the fact they're a carpenter. They know more about like literature than you do.
I mean, it's rare, but it happens.
It's rare, but it happens.
Yeah.
But those dumb shit tradies are like, the last reading I did was when I was in the server, and I was like, is this a 4 and 20 pie? Yeah, the logo looks the same.
Gallows, fuck. Yeah.
Those cunts are voting One Nation.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's just like that is the thing. And then, you know, your identity gets wrapped around the fact that like you've just made that educated opinion, and then after that you start entrenching. But these people, look, the whole thing is all the other parties are really basing their identity off of a vibe. You know? Nothing that the Republicans... Look at the Republican platform, right? We're the party of less government. They increase the... All we have to do is just decrease the deficit. The last president to decrease the deficit was Clinton. A fucking Democrat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Every other one of them has just increased it.
And then
massively.
Trump can just be like, we had a great economy. It was running really smoothly.
Gotta get the... He was running on that the whole time in the 2016 election. We gotta get the deficit down. He comes in, he increases it by $2 trillion. $2 trillion!
Are you serious?
$2 trillion.
But then what about when he's just like, we had so many jobs, a lot of good jobs.
He's the first president since like the 18-somethings. There's only been 2 presidents in American history that have come out with negative jobs.
He came out with negative.
Negative jobs. 2 presidents. He's one of them.
Really?
You know, we're the party of creating jobs, getting the This is what always made me so angry when I was thinking about this when I'm talking to Liberal voters, right? It's just like, you're the party of strong economic management. You're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
The Labor Party is one of the best economic managers in the world, and you say that to you blue in the face, and they're just like, you're lying.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. They've got nothing. And it's purely based off a vibe.
Were the Liberals once better economic managers?
Huh? No.
Were the Liberals once?
Always a lie. Always. Always a lie.
You know what? Where does one get this information?
Me, Friendly Geordies.
Yeah,
The
but
thing is-
if we want to go to the source,
What?
if I want to look up, I suppose article. You're saying everything's biased. Where do you get your stats?
Dude, there's a difference between being biased and being wrong. This is what I want to get through people's heads.
But where do you get your stats? Seriously,
Me?
if you want to fucking find
the
out,
OECD,
yeah, sick,
you know?
yeah.
Look, there's that's it. Like anyone that says like you're biased, you're an idiot. They're an absolute idiot because they don't understand that they're biased as well.
I mean,
I really want to get that through people's
Yeah,
heads.
everyone is, yeah.
Everyone needs to get that through their heads.
Yeah.
There is a difference between being biased and being just wrong.
Sure.
Just plain
Sure, yeah,
wrong.
yeah. And there's a lot to say about the vibe thing because it is all vibe. I mean, like, human interaction is predominantly vibe. We're chimps. It's like, so it's very hard, especially for empathetic people, and it's hard to switch that off. and it's hard for me to switch that off, to just be like, don't pay attention to the vibe and look at, like, you know, how many decimal points are before the annual, like, job stats. It's not a very human thing to do for the majority
so people
of
are just making shortcuts.
Yeah, but that's a problem because facts matter. It's like, I mean, that's what, you know what's crazy, right? And we will finish very soon.
Sorry, so no, this is the whole point.
sorry,
Right? Like, this is what like,
you make your
now
point,
American politics.
But just quickly, no, let me say something really quickly. Ben Shapiro's whole thing is facts don't care about your feelings. What if you went up to Ben Shapiro and like, look at these facts of Trump's $1 trillion debt, and what would he say? Would be like, those facts are wrong. Would he just be like, where are you getting your facts? Like, his whole thing's like facts, but his facts can be skewed, right? Like, what would he say to that?
Know what he'd say to that.
Right. Maybe he'd agree. He's not like, he'd probably be like,
No, yeah, but that's the whole thing. Like, Ben Shapiro will say that over and over again. It'll just be like, the Republicans in the last have been terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
been just as bad as the Democrats, but I'm still voting for them anyway because the Democrats are worse.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Just do that every
Exactly,
time.
exactly.
So it's just,
Yeah, yeah.
again, it's vibing it.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, go on. Your final point, yeah. Everyone does that. We're screwed.
Yeah, we
etc.
are screwed. We're screwed.
Because people are in their own bubbles. They watch the algorithm.
They're completely vibing it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Now, I always thought when I was looking at American politics and I was thinking, fuck, it's dumb. It's so stupid because it's just, I don't know, there'll be an entire election about transsexuals. There'll be an entire election about like critical race theory. There'll be an entire election about abortions. There'll be an entire election about like tyranny's coming and all this kind of shit, right?
It's like
and then I realized,
cultural stuff.
Huh?
Yeah, I get
it's completely cultural. And I always thought it's because the Republicans don't have an argument. That's why they're like going for like just complete culture war stuff.
Yeah.
I've realized very quickly and recently, no, it's just their brand used to be we're strong economic managers. And like the Liberal Party, how they're saying we're strong economic managers, they just keep that brand going. And I thought that's what they're arguing for, right? No. The reality is they just realize that their party, the people that vote Republican, do not give a fuck. They don't care about the economy. They do not care.
Really?
They just were telling themselves that because they're a bunch of educated Harvard blue beards, you know, like they're just clucking their beards, sitting around in Harvard in their Boston little elite tower saying like, well, obviously it's the economy. But then they realize that their audience is so much dumber than that. They're so much dumber than that. They don't care.
Right.
What they care about is it's just like feeling victimized all the time. You know, they're like, critical race theory is coming to teach you being white is wrong. And then I was looking at the Democrats and they're constantly just being like, black people are getting killed in the streets. And it's like, this is what's happening, right? But it's because they realized very quick, like in like the last few cycles.
It's like, it's going for the reptilian brain. Go straight for the big enchilada.
I thought that it was just because like, you know, they've got nothing to brag about. But it's honestly not because they've got nothing to brag about. That is not it. As you're saying, you can skew stats if you like. It's because no one cares about the stats. No one cares.
That's really...
No one cares about the deficit. No one cares about economic management. No one cares about the schooling system. No one cares about the hospital. You have to understand this. No one cares about climate change.
No
one cares.
Not global warming.
Huh?
Not surely they... Come on. Surely they care about that. They don't.
They'll say that they care. They might say that they care. Like if you ask the average Republican voters, like, do you care about debt going down? Like, yeah. But it's not what's motivating them to vote.
No, it's definitely not what's not motivating them.
It's not what's motivating them to vote.
That's not good. That's not good. Because those things are important.
Those things are important. But this is what the Democrats have realized. They've just started flipping it on the Republicans, and this is why they're overperforming in the polls massively. Have been since 2022. The 2022 midterms, no one is giving them enough credit for that huge flip around.
The Dems?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how'd they do that?
It was...
How'd they flip
Rachel
it?
Bitkofer figured it out. She was looking at she did like a big political science dissertation of what is happening and motivating people. And so she just went around, and this is why all you ever heard was just abortion, democracy's at risk. Abortion,
so she recognized that's all people want to hear, and she just said that over and over.
No, she was just saying that, like, dude, this is what the Republicans did. The Republicans figured out that, like, there was always just this thing of, like, you just run a local candidate. You just go there and you're like, Mitch Johnson is a long-standing citizen of Arizona, moved here since he was 6 years old, knows the community like the back of his hand, former astronaut, was in the U.S. military corps, served in Vietnam. They don't care. People don't care about that. They literally do. Like, I would say I don't care about moral character because I don't care about moral character. I care about, like, what's getting done.
Sure.
So if somebody's just, like, sleazy and a sex addict or whatever, like...
It's pragmatic.
You know, are they lowering inflation? Fine.
I like that. I think that's a cool way.
It's not for me, but like I thought the dumber version of that was moral character, right? But they don't care about. They nearly voted for the pedophile. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So then they realize, oh, people don't care about like this mantra that has just been running in Washington for years of like politics is local. They don't care about that either.
Yeah.
So then they just made their entire thing just McDonald's-y. Obamacare is coming. It's socialized medicine. Doesn't matter what it is. It's just you keep hitting the same point over and over again that like the Democrats are socialists. That's what it was under the Obama years.
Yeah.
Then it became the Democrats are woke and they're teaching your children to hate themselves and like they're trying to weirdly experiment them and turn them from boys to girls. Like
and then they're cherry picking tiny anecdotal scenarios with
tiny anecdotal scenarios. Like really, this has absolutely nothing to do with
The
who's
government.
fucking negotiating with the EU.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
Yeah,
really like
totally.
But this is the shit that
Yeah.
they're pumping constantly, right?
Yeah.
Uniform across it. It's just this endless chorus chant of very simple one thing every election. Very, very, it's so dumb. You know, critical race theory is taking over America, and it's the Democrats' fault somehow, right? Over and over and over and over again, people vote for it. This is what's happening now with the Democrats flipping it, where it was just like socialism, 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 and then she figured out, oh, okay, let's
Abortion.
just start calling them fascist. Fascist, 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 fascist.
Right.
That's what's happening.
It's name calling. They're name calling each other. They're name calling.
Or a better word for it, branding.
Yeah,
They're
but
branding them.
It's so gross, though.
But this is what she's saying. You have to understand. People are so fucking stupid that they literally don't care if there is a socialist takeover or there is a fascist. This is how stupid they are.
Right.
So you don't understand. This argument, that is too cerebral for the average American. They don't give a fuck. They care about The Bachelor. That's why Donald Trump is where he is. It's got nothing to do with like when political analysts are sitting there and being like,
Yeah.
oh, he's really caught into this like this underlying pain of America or something. Dude, it's not that. He was on The Apprentice. That's why he's where he is. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not because he's some genius that has this mad like fascist dictator takeover ideas running through his mind. He doesn't.
No.
He picked his last VP, despite his VP sitting there and saying that like I would vote for my dog over Trump. Like I would put in a third party candidate. He's a quote idiot.
Yeah.
I hate Donald Trump more than any other American politician. Like you said, all of this stuff,
Yeah.
but then Trump looks at him. He's like, he looks like a VP.
Yeah.
He's got a tan, you know? And then he picks him like that. Like, dude, yeah, he knows TV and
Yeah.
ratings. That's his big...
That's it.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Because he's just taking reality TV to America. That's all that's happening there.
I mean,
But it's just like, you just have to understand that the situation is like this whole thing of like, we live in idiocracy. It's happening. It's like,
Yeah.
it happened.
It happened.
Years ago.
It happened.
Yeah, idiocracy happened years ago.
Yeah.
We live in idiocracy now. You just need to understand that this is where we are now.
Jesus Christ. That's
Idiocracy happened years ago. So all
Yeah.
these things that you have in your mind, because you're obviously, even the morons, the absolute dead shits that I fucking hate, all these stupid Redditors with their dumb Twitch vocabulary where they're going to be sitting here being like,
This is a very bad take. I heard another Twitch person say something slightly different before. So you are a bad take.
yeah.
like those people are smarter than the people I'm talking about.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you are remotely interested in politics,
Yeah.
you're way, at least very civically smarter
yeah.
than the average person that does not care at all.
Yeah.
So when there's like you're sitting there and saying this is so stupid and depressing that we're at the fascist and socialism debate.
It's just like it's so dumb. It's so reductive. It's like these words are meaningless when you say them. You might as well be just being like poo-poo head.
yeah, but this is the whole thing that I was sitting there and I was always saying like these words don't matter.
Yeah.
They don't like they're so dumb when you're
Yeah.
sitting there and being like,
I'm a real leftist.
Yeah.
You don't even know what leftist means.
Yeah.
this shit. I'm just
Yeah.
like these people are so stupid. But
Yeah.
now I understand.
Yeah.
Now I understand what it is good at is branding, which is all those dumb shits on Reddit and all the dumb shits in the comments of this very video right now care about.
We love our audience,
just
but YouTube
branding.
can be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So depressing.
Yeah.
All they care about is the vibe. They care about the branding of it. And that's your independent voter. Because those fuckwits that are always like, team sports, it's the same person. The independent voter is just someone who's dumber than the people that are in the tribe of being a Democrat or a Republican because they have the image in their head that they're not biased.
Yes.
So they identify as being not biased and an independent voter. And then you ask them, who did you vote for in the last 5 elections? Republican.
Yeah, quite often. That
Okay,
is
all right.
the case.
Yeah, all right. So you're an independent.
And it's
free
usually, they
thinker,
usually
you
say
know?
it like that. They're like, I'm not even a Republican or a Democrat. I'm an independent. And it's like, but then straight after that, they're like, but Trump hasn't done anything wrong. It's like, dude,
Yeah, and
you're
they're just
obviously.
regurgitating what Fox News says.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they've just got the idea in their head that they're smart if they say they're an independent.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, we got to finish because we're like half an hour over.
Sorry. Okay.
If you want to hear more of this and more about me whinging about how vinyl resale prices are just dangerously low, sign up to the Up Late podcast. Don't actually know Well, you just go Friendly Geordie's Patreon. Sorry, Friendly Geordie's podcast Patreon, and you can join up there because we're just going to keep talking for at least another hour, and usually we go deeper and more red pill, bro. Things you can't say on YouTube. Too hectic for YouTube.
Definitely.
So, thanks for listening. We'll probably get something to eat too. Goodbye.